So you want to learn about beer? Stay tuned and never fear. They're the guys for the case, 'cause they'll tell you all about what they taste. We got Mudhole, B&Q, we loves Star Wars and grilling too. And Knops guy loves baseball and board games, he's played them all. There's no place I'd rather spend the Monday nights than here, having a few chuckles and damn good beer. Now it's time for Two Beerded Guys.
Fantastic and ironic.
Because Hour 2's is so much fun.
Yeah.
Well, production value, I mean.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Two Beerded Guys. This is episode 89?
90.
We got 10 more to the big 100. We'll be announcing stuff going on with the 100 slowly as we build towards it. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. A lot of people invited. Lots of fun.
Slowly until we figure it out.
Already talking about lots of good beer.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I get excited thinking about the 100th episode. No offense to, people that are here for the ones before that. But,
hey, we got the 90. We got the 90.
But anyway, I am TBG_Ops Guy.
Mudhog B&Q.
Our guest today.
Stephen King, HopLore Brewing.
And
Dr. Drew.
Also from HopLore Brewing. This is going to be a
sex
good time.
advice, right? Like
Well,
Dr.
yeah.
Drew?
Yeah.
Love line. That's
actually
what
what I know him from.
Yeah. He is the distribution doctor. Yes.
And behind the camera, the one, the only, the guy you're lucky you don't see.
Off-screen Matt.
Dr. Drew and Stefan will be switching on and off at times, whether it's at the hour or randomly. I don't give a shit. But you're going to get to see both of their lovely faces. I'm a little disappointed, though.
I know.
Because you're missing a staple that makes you right now.
It's a brand item for you that just makes it.
Where's the Pit Vipers?
Oh. I mean, it's a little dark out.
And he is indoors. Like, it's doubling down.
I was like, what am I missing?
Yeah. I mean, if you wear Pit Vipers at night indoors, you are really living a lifestyle choice there.
That's right. Well, that'd be because the future's so bright. You have to wear shades.
Hey, the way HopLore beer's been coming out lately, the future is pretty bright.
It is. We're growing. I'm excited about that.
I'm excited. I saw the distribution list that Dr. Drew had today, and I didn't know you guys knew how to make real beer.
No, we don't. we just play at it.
For those of you who don't realize, I was at a brew fest this year, and they had a red, and it's fucking amazing.
Yes,
the Glockenspiel. And I said it right today, this time, right?
I mean, you can say it however you want. As
Close
long as you
enough,
drink
right?
It. Yes.
Well, I want people to know what it is if they see it.
Yeah. We call it Glockenstyle.
Glockenstyle.
So one of our friends that was most. I mean,
It's the closest you've gotten so far, though.
Yeah.
You're progressing.
It's getting there.
Still in cooking still? No.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wrong button.
Oh man.
I was going
good friend
for
of ours. We're about to do a release of Flanders, actually, and it's going to be called Dope Flanders.
Oh, nice.
Good
segue.
yeah. Glockenstyle. Our good friend, his last name is Glock, and he's a very interesting character. He helped us build our bar at the Leesburg spot and everything, and so we decided it was time to name a beer after this interesting fellow. So it is Glockenstyle.
But yeah, I saw him at the beer fest, and I was like, oh shit, a red, like not one of your normal kind of out there stuff they bring to beer fest. And he's like, well, we were told we can't do real stuff, so here's our real beer,
Now, for those watching at home, Tyler's kind of skipping a step here because he's just very excited to get more beer in his face.
I just wanted to pour while people were talking.
I was going to say, the most anticipated beer of the day.
I was taking full advantage of people talking just because I felt like the color of this was going to be...
Okay.
Something like this. But no, as we always start off, guys, it is our anticipated beers. With that being said, Matt, you always start us off. What are you anticipating today?
There's a lot of beers from a lot of breweries that we really like. I'm really excited for those, but I'm most curious to try what you are pouring right now. Because it's in a can of condensed soup size serving.
Add water, too.
Yeah.
Dr. Drew.
Same. I'm been looking forward to the Urban Artifact mostly because I was afraid to pay for it.
That's fair. You're
very
welcome.
fair. And I'm interested to see because they use what?
We'll talk about it, but they use a lot of shit.
Yeah, it's basically astronaut stuff. So.
Yeah.
It's
What
from
about you? Is that
NASA,
what you're looking
Yeah,
for?
yeah, that's what I'm
3 for
looking
3
for,
so
too.
far. You gotta switch it up.
I am
for us?
switching it up. I'm going with Smorty.
Nice.
Smorty from Listerman. I always love their stout, so that's one of those places that is just idyllic for me. Like, how can I make a stout like this? So that's what I'm looking forward to.
So I'm not gonna do like I normally do and pick the River North because I mean it is what I'm anticipating. But Doom from Adroit Theory, the ESB. I'm excited for that one.
Okay.
We haven't had an ESB on the show yet.
We've not had any.
We've never had any. Nobody makes them. It's
I was
really
like,
nice.
I feel like we don't see very. That's why I bought it. I was like, I don't know what this is. Buy.
That's like
yeah.
brown ales. I buy every one I can find for the show because you might see 2 in 6 months. So
Yeah.
and we get tired of drinking IPAs, which we're not having a single one today.
We definitely have stouts
oh,
though.
yeah.
Keep those coming.
So,
I'm so excited for this.
Matt,
All right.
do you have any comments?
Yeah, we got Russell on. Said it's finally time. What's up, Russ?
What's up, Rose?
Kevin Atwell. Hey guys, what's up?
What's up, Kevin?
And Kerry Davis says congratulations, happy 90th. He didn't think we'd make it past 45.
Actually, wait, you thought we'd make it to 45?
Halfway.
I'm impressed he thought we'd get that far. This is Urban Artifacts Astronaut Food Blueberry Freeze-Dried Fruit Tart Ale at 15%.
Wow.
This has 1,000 pounds of freeze-dried blueberries used in each 1,000-gallon batch. Start off as 11,000 pounds of fresh fruit. This fruit is flash frozen, then pressure is lowered and the ice is removed via sublimation. With the wild ripened flavor preserved, this astronaut food is ready to be brewed. Without water, the freeze-dried fruit allows the brewers to achieve traditionally impossible flavor, intensity, and natural way.
It smells very intense. It smells like Concord grape jelly. Like
This is supposedly a freeze-dried fruit.
yeah, Cam. That's what we're looking for.
Little jammy.
I can't say I'm mad at it. Like
It's not sweet at all.
honestly thought it would be sweeter.
But it's not really sour. It's not like it's sour, but it's not.
Oh, it's wine dry. It's red wine dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, when I first did the first smell, like first thing that came to my mind was like a wine, and the second smell was more like Concord grape. So
Like, I'm not mad at it. I'm glad I didn't buy a 4-pack at the price it is.
I think the price of
Talked about
entry.
being flash frozen. I anticipated it being kind of like ice wine, where it's super sweet.
Yeah.
So I get a little bit on the nose, and the wine is a good sort of, because it almost reminds me of a Cabernet Sauvignon that is kind of peppery.
I think he just.
Watching Stefan's face right there was
I don't know how to say
fantastic.
Sauvignon, so
But I think
No, I'm just saying, like, who's this wine connoisseur next to me?
right.
Last I remember, he was doing chugs of, like, one of our stouts.
yeah,
That's fair.
true. I'm very versatile.
I see
versatile.
that. I learn things. 90 episodes in, and I just learned this.
That was just amazing.
John's just talking dirty. They just using
Stefan
made
straight up
French-sounding
double took.
words. Just to say.
It's got a little bit of pepper on the nose, like black pepper almost.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then when I taste it, I was expecting, you don't get black pepper, but I was expecting almost more tannins from the skin. And I get some of the skin flavor, but not quite the tannin aspect.
It's extremely dry.
If you twirl it.
And you can't twirl it like a beer. You got a wine twirl.
So, did it say that this was fermented on the flash frozen fruit?
I'm not reading it again in small print. Good luck.
Oh, man. Calm down.
Why do you think I didn't want to read it again?
Tiny font or big words? Which was it, Tyler?
Tiny font. Fucker.
That's when I take a picture of it with my phone.
Zoom.
It's not just me that does that. I feel so much better.
Guilty.
I mean, not usually it's not on something front, but something's like, I don't feel like getting up. Like it's more of a lazy move. Like let's cross the room, take a picture, zoom in.
Very astringent, definitely very drying. Mm-hmm. I like the flavor. I don't think I like it enough to spend the money that it cost to buy 4 of them. It was bad enough doing one in a mixer, but man, it's so different. It's very wine-like.
Russell's asking black currant, maybe?
Very similar. Yeah, it's dry like that.
And similar, or well, not similar, but also Five's Tap House is on. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Says, need more of that push pop, and hopping for the best is fire.
Thanks, guys. Thank
There
you.
we go.
Dr. Drew says,
You're on
Order
the
placed.
Call for a good time. Right?
Dr. Drew's over here going, that counts as a binding contract. Ching!
verbal agreement. It's on the internet. I mean, there's proof.
There is proof.
There's something to use in cans for beers. At the same time, in my personal opinion, I think this would have been better served in a corked bottle.
I agree.
It would have stood out better. I mean, it might have been another $1 more or something like that, but it's definitely not like fruited sour sweetness.
The sour is a tart.
Yeah.
And it's a mild tart.
But it's there.
It is.
Yeah.
It would have been nice out of a cork bottle. If nothing else, it would have made you feel that wine feel a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
And then when you pour with that color, that was a rich color. Would have kind of came cool out of a bottle like that.
For sure.
I'd have to agree. Unfortunately. Sounds smart once in a while.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
That's why you went first.
That's why I said once in a while.
I just stumble over my words till something makes sense.
Guys, as always, we're going to do the 3 people that are on camera get to have their official scores heard. So when they switch, obviously Dr. Drew's score will count and Stefan's won't. So for now, it's the 3 of us from 0.25 to 5 scale, 3 being the perfectly average beer. Above 3, above average. That's pretty simple, right? 4 or higher, that's where it's kind of like, we're going to seek this beer out. We added the caveat one time where even if it's not a beer style we normally drink, if it's one of those where it's like, man, if I were to drink that style, it would be this one. That still gets you above a 4. 4, 7, 5, and 5 are in that holy shit, best beers I've ever had kind of range. Under 3, still very drinkable. The 2 to 3 is very drinkable, but definitely a little under average. Under 2, you're starting to get into the... there's some serious problems with this beer, whether it's an infection, whether it just... Something's wrong, right? Then under 1 is, even if this is free and somebody handed it to me, I have no interest in fucking drinking this. So that's the scale. Again, it'll be taken on the average of all 3 of us. John will start us off with this one.
Very unique. I am going to use it as like just a general sour beer. Nothing like fruited sour, nothing like that. Just a sour beer. So I'm going to treat this one. And I think for that sort of style, slightly above average, I like what it did. But I can see where someone would be totally against this too. I'm going to go 3 1/4.
Stefan, what did you get?
It's well done for what it is. And at the same time, though, I probably wouldn't choose to have more. So I'm going to do 3 1/2.
He said more negative things than John did and scored higher.
Okay.
That just made my day. The way you were talking, I'm like, he's going to say 2 1/2. Like, this is a 2 1/2 right here. And all of a sudden it was like, what?
But at the same time, he did what we said. He recognizes that.
The technicality is why I rate it the way I do.
No, I have no problem with the score. Again, it just caught me off guard. I was like, getting ready to write like something else.
Hey, I'm full of surprises.
I'm
It's
giving
going
it
to
a
be a fun night for scores.
I'm giving it a 3.25 as well. So that'll be the average 3.25.
I mean, it's an above average tasty beer.
Sorry, it literally just caught me off guard. Higher than John. It was good. I wouldn't pay for it again, but if somebody went, hey man, I bought this, let's drink it, I'd be like, oh, fuck, all right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's solid. Just, I think the gimmicks weren't necessarily worth the price, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Matt, not that your score counts, but what would you have given it?
I'm gonna go with Stefan here about the 3 1/2. It was well done. It tasted good. I would drink more of it. I wouldn't want to pay for it. I wouldn't search it out.
That
but
price doesn't
definitely
help
say
it.
no to it. But
15% is pretty
15%.
cool.
I mean, the ABV whore in me is like, got to get some, but for the price, I'm like, well, it's like, no, you don't.
I'd rather drink Death Star or something like that at that price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my at that price point. I would rather just go get one of my tried and trues from Revolution and be happy.
Agreed.
Dr. Drew, my man, what would you give it?
I'd agree with Stefan. I'd be at about 3.5.
Well, fuck all 3 of you.
So Tyler and I are going to be on the same page tonight. Damn it.
That won't
tasted
last
pretty
long.
good. I wouldn't seek it out again. I wouldn't buy it again. It wasn't as sweet as I thought it would be. I would rate the gadget higher. So
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh, Russell asked spicy but less tannin, maybe compared to the black currant, I'm guessing.
Not spicy.
Yeah.
Well-
No, it was very dry.
It was dry. It spicy as in a little bit of black pepper, but not on the tongue. More on just nose.
Which that's when I didn't catch that until you said like, oh, now I see what John like.
I got it on the nose.
I'm
I
glad
never
you
tasted
said
it.
because
Yeah.
I didn't pick it up myself. But after you said like, oh, I can see where he's getting that. Like,
Yeah.
All right.
I'd drink that with steak.
So we do have one more sour ale before we get into real beers.
we've also got Katie Wilkes Zeman on. Zeman. Katie Wilkes Zeman is on. Says, hey guys,
What
what's
up, Katie
up?
Wilkes Zeman?
She is a professional trivia host. She does our trivia every Thursday night, and I mean, she does a great job. It's basically stand up. I hosted it one time. I was stoked because I could rip into everybody.
Oh, I love
it.
hosting
like
trivia.
it's great.
Yeah.
So she gets to do it every week, and she's great at it.
I had the joy of when I ran the Broad Ripple Books and Brews, I was our trivia host as well. Mostly because I'm a cheap ass bastard and didn't want to pay anyone.
Oh,
and
agreed.
2, I also thought it was fun as shit. And getting to make fun of people during trivia is by far, especially like a theme night. Like we do
sure.
Harry Potter, and I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd anyways. These other Harry Potter nerds, who I hate Harry Potter nerds. But
They're
they,
the
that
worst.
seems
them and Star Wars. Them and Star Wars, awful humans. But they'd come up and be like, you're wrong! And I literally got to the point where I did this enough that I would bring my books, and I'd have them tag different pages. Be like, what question am I wrong on? They'd be like, number 7, and I'd be like, all right, that's book 2, page, yellow tab. They'd turn to yellow tab. Shut book and walk away. And it was like, anybody else want to challenge me today? Anybody else? Oh, I got to the point where I used to have a blast with it.
Oh, it's great. It's a great time for sure.
Our next beer is The Calm Before the Storm by JWB, and I think it's a collab if I remember right. Yeah, I don't know that symbol, and of course the name's not on here. Come on, find it somewhere. War Cloud. Oh, I like
That's
that
a good name.
That is not one I'm forgetting now.
Yeah.
Sour ale with vanilla, peaches, and coconut. This is a 6.5% sour.
That's a super metal name.
right.
Well, the symbol's
That's
the
right.
symbol's kind of cool too.
It is. It is cool.
It's like I have never seen that one.
No.
I got this off of Tavor in that collab crate they did. The barrel,
Okay.
the barrel and flow collab crate, and it was basically a whole bunch of breweries for the most part. There was a couple that I knew, but it was mostly like breweries I had no fucking clue who they were, collabing with breweries I either barely knew or didn't fucking know. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna be fun. And the price was cheap. I got like six beers for like $35. I was like,
Hey.
fuck, all right.
About to find out why.
We've had some of the collabs before. We've enjoyed a couple of them. We did not enjoy a couple of them. So, it's been 50-50 so far. Nothing else. The art's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Is that supposed to be like X-Men?
Kind of seems like a ripoff on Storm a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that too. I kind of got that little. We've also got Megan Wilkes on. Says, hi, the kids and I are listening too.
Watch your mouth, Drew.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, did you say the kids are watching too? This is not a family-friendly show.
I don't know if you missed that disclaimer at the beginning, but.
Fair warning.
Oh, this smells good until I get the coconut at the end of it.
F-bombs do get dropped on this show regularly.
Right?
It's like it starts off like, ooh, this is going to be pretty fucking good. And wow, I didn't last long.
Yeah.
And then immediate left turn.
Just kind of dies out a little bit, too. Then the coconut lingers, but it's not a horrible coconut, but...
It's not a horrible coconut, but that sour gets a real sharp note on it. Real
It does,
acidic note
yeah.
on it. And then drops off into just a lingering coconut.
Yeah.
The flavors just didn't blend well. Like, they didn't balance well.
It's just one of those, like, if you're doing a fruited sour, it's got a pop, and this one just does not have a pop to it. It's just...
Yeah.
We have the sour. We're going
You
Throw
have a
some stuff
trombone
in.
slide out there?
We do not have that
I
one.
don't have that one. Sorry.
Oh,
I
man.
I mean, I got the sad trombone or the Price is Right
You
wrong.
said trombone.
You just said trombone.
The gong show you should have.
I got that one.
That's
It's not-
close enough. High expectations.
Stefan just wanted to make you hit a button. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'm gonna ask like every time, what's the closest thing you got to this feeling?
Oh.
So I'd want to take this and turn it into some sort of like mixed drink, like with some grenadine and a few other things.
Something to sweeten it up a little.
I want to take this beer, add a punch to it, and
Yeah, and I
maybe some
guess
vodka.
I'm most disappointed that it says Jay Wakefield on it. I mean, I've had a ton of their stuff and
Yeah,
pretty much loved everything.
we've had a decent amount of
So-
Jay Wakefield on this show because they sell a ton of it through Tabor. And
Yeah.
I've enjoyed Jay Wakefield. This is not, but it's a collab, so
Big
We'll
Gulp,
blame the other
Big
guys.
Gulp didn't help.
yeah, we'll blame War Cloud.
There it is.
With a badass
Cool name, but
Yeah,
You almost feel bad for
it's all right.
the heck, man.
That's what happens when you film before our live studio, Brad.
Yeah, guess who that was? My family.
Oh, shit.
They're over there going.
We gotta get
that
him
guy
on
cussed
camera."
already. Yeah, we do.
Mom's probably like, how do I load this?
Oh my god, Stefan gets to rate this one first.
Keep playing a
It's my first go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor guys.
You know what? Just because it was so like fall flat on its face. You've seen those like pictures on America's Funniest Video of people like walking up the steps and just going.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go like 2.25.
pretty fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go slightly higher with a 2.5, but I feel like that score is fine as well.
Thank you for approval.
You're welcome.
I was going
I was
to
afraid you were
go.
worried.
I was going to go 2. Like, it's kind of that borderline. Like, I could doctor that up and make it drinkable. And it is drinkable, but I almost went 1.75.
I just don't want to drink it.
Yeah.
It's not that it's not drinkable. I just don't want to.
Right.
It was. There's so many sours, so many fruit and sours out there with so much more punch.
And that's
it's
got to
just-
count for something.
You know, when we have a fridge
Yeah.
upstairs that has shit like 17 different Drecker beers, it's like, you know, I'm gonna go get a Brains before I drink another one of those.
Yeah, the bar's set high for those now.
Yeah, like that's the thing.
bar's
The
set
bar
high.
got set high.
Yeah.
You know, when companies like Drecker and Energy City and even Great Notion can come out and just go knock it out of the park with their eyes closed on these things, you might as well not come to the table if that's the best you're going to bring.
Yeah.
Not that either one of you count right now, but what would your scores have been? Dr. Drew, you first.
2.25. I thought it was pretty lackluster. It smelled like a little bready, and then the sourness was lightly there, but it was almost like a lightly soured water,
Yeah.
like water with a squeeze of lemon.
It really was.
Yeah, it didn't even have the sugar packets in it
No.
like people request. And make their own lemonade. We've all been in the service industry, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't say I want a lemonade. I want 4 free lemons, 4 free packs of sugar,
Yes.
and a free ice water.
I want a half a lemon, please, for my water. Why is that? Oh, there you got sugar packets at the table.
God, I've literally seen that so many times. Ugh. Things you try to put out of your head. Matt, what would yours have been?
2.75 was.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it was all right. It was just slightly below average to me. Like, we've had somebody that have done it so much better. It wasn't bad. Just there's so many other ones I'd rather drink over that if I was going to drink a sour.
I've been so disappointed so far with the first 2 beers, even though like the astronaut food wasn't that bad. It was actually above average. I just was like so happy. I like just kind of want to take one of these that I know is going to be solid. Just be like,
Just save them. Just save them.
Switch them around.
We're
and
gonna,
just
we're
be
gonna,
like,
Bill Kerr's gonna go
and
up.
our next beer. No, it's fine. It's fine. I need it back there. Makes hour 2 just that much better. But I really do. It's just like I'm looking at these scores going.
And we saved this for Steph. No, Brett just jumped on and said, "What's up, fellas?"
So, Brett?
Fuck you,
First,
Brett.
I thought the title was for a good time. Call a lot pour.
Yeah. Well,
What's a lot more?
You don't want to know, I'm sure. If I know one thing, don't ask Brett questions you don't already know the answer to. He will give you an answer, and you might not like it.
That's fair.
or you might.
We don't know your life.
You never know.
I'm
You
pretty sure
guys have a pineapple outside HopLore, you know.
it might be that video clip I sent John earlier.
Dollar Tree pineapple. That's courtesy the former assistant to the head brewer, recently promoted to an actual assistant brewer, Bert. He is the dollar
Congrats,
store
Bert.
guy.
The dollar store guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, do you guys have both locations up and running now, or still just the one?
No, they're both up and running
Both
now.
up and running?
Yeah.
All right.
Both the one at the
You got
mill and
Leesburg?
then- yeah, Leesburg. And then the one right downtown Warsaw. They're both.
Warsaw is open. Okay.
Yes, it is open.
Badass.
And
How long has it been open now?
Just over a month. We
Okay.
opened right at the beginning of October. So
I feel better because if he'd have been like 6 months, I'd be like, how the fuck did I miss that?
Same
Sorry.
food concepts, different food concepts.
a scaled back. It's more of a tasting room type of setup. So we're still doing like all our charcuterie boards that we do and things like that. We are adding tacos, which is kind of our thing, is the tacos. And that will be starting Tuesday.
Children watching.
And, you know,
Yeah, they are.
all sorts of different flavors of tacos.
Who wants a taco?
You can get seafood in your taco, or you can get beef or pork in your taco.
Spicy tacos.
Oh yeah, all sorts of special sauces too. Yes.
Creamy ranch.
On a completely different note, I am loving Warsaw being open because that means I get to play in the brewery every day now. So
right.
we're churning beers out. We've got, I think, 8? Is it 8 on the sell sheet right now? 7? Something like that. All right. Well, that means I got to get 2 more beers out this week, guys. So that way I gotta be right because I like to be right.
They're coming. I know they're there.
So Chris and I just jumped on and said PB&J tacos confirmed fire. If you're looking for some ideas there,
What the hell's a Never mind.
I think it's pretty explanatory.
yeah, but I don't want to know. Like, even though it's self-explanatory, that sounds awful.
Oh, it is. It is. So,
Brett says call the tacos La Pours.
lot pours. I feel like that's like the breeding rabbit. Like, this is the one that squirts out all the babies.
Squirts out. I'm not sure that's
Things you learn on Two Beerded Guys.
Can we revisit the PB&J?
The PB&J, absolutely.
Retreat
absolutely.
it like a double-decker taco where, instead of the refried beans in between the hard shell and the soft shell, that's where the peanut butter and jelly would go.
Oh, we don't do that.
That makes
Do you
sense.
make a PB&J taco?
We do. We do. And actually, the thing about like what we do, we try to make all our sauces in-house from scratch. So it's we smoke our own meats, and so it's
Bacon in there,
pulled
too.
pork, and then it's topped with Amish peanut butter that we make in-house, and a strawberry jalapeno balsamic jelly.
That sounds good.
Oh my god, that sounded amazing. I was too
Okay,
busy
yeah,
laughing,
yeah.
but I mean, Steph just sounded like a dad talking to his kid,
I know.
asking questions
We
about
don't do
sexual
that.
adventures. Like, oh no, we don't do that.
No, we're actually classy. We use strawberry jalapeno vinaigrette.
John was so excited about his double-decker PB&J taco.
You know what? I'm just going to go make one after the show.
I mean, it's got 2 shells, so you can pick the sauces off the top, and like
Yeah.
it's a DIY taco for you.
No,
When John orders it, you just bring it out in parts. Yes,
Yeah.
now this is maybe to John and Chris both, or anyone else that's inclined. Have you had a deep fried PB&J?
Yes.
Because that is like the most carny, delicious fucking thing you can put in your mouth.
Yeah.
Does it have powdered sugar on it?
Of course.
Well, then yeah.
It's a carny food. I mean,
It's like a Monte Cristo, but without the ham and.
Yeah, without the remotely healthy things.
You could just take a taco shell and then wrap it in Uncrustable.
all right. So our next beer is Seed Stalk and Root.
You can put the Uncrustable in the taco shell.
Fonio grain and
Yeah.
molasses dark lager. This is another collab beer. This
Dark
one is
lager,
Brooklyn
okay.
Brewery and Cajun Fire. Seed Stalk and Root invokes the foodways of Africans in their ancestral lands and in the American South. This rich dark lager is brewed with fonio, ancient African supergrain used in food and beer for a millennia. In the Americas, Africans created brilliant food and drinks from molasses. The seed springs, the stalk rises, the roots run deep.
Okay.
So yeah, this came from Barrel and Flow Fest, another collab beer.
Kind of an African heritage sort of.
Yeah, I think I might have just learned something out from beer there too.
Yeah.
Where can I buy said super grain?
Probably not. I don't know. I'll write down the
thought
name of it.
Quinoa was like the thing. That was the super grain.
That was years ago.
Oh man, I'm so behind the times
So
on my
behind.
modern super grains. Yes.
It's interesting.
I like the nose.
Not sure about that. I thought it smelled like smoked sausage.
And you don't
I'm
like
not
that?
getting smoked sausage, but that
I
would
get
turn me
little,
away.
I get a little bit of smoke on the tongue.
When have you ever said
Oh, I
smoked
smell
sausage smells
smoke,
of
but not
acid?
smoked sausage.
No, but I mean it's like a.
It's bright.
It's bright, but with a little bit of a smoky taste. And that is an odd combo.
It's a smoky smells smoky to me. It smells.
It has a little smoke on the taste too.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But that's just really funny because it's a bright beer
So
that's smoky.
Fonio grains.
Oh shit! Yeah, there's some.
Well, they're supposed to be, so I hope
A
so.
little bit of that.
I don't mind it.
It's not sweet molasses. It's just.
What's funny is it almost finishes minty.
Yeah, a little bit. See that?
I mean, it's not mint, obviously, but it almost finishes minty.
I have no clue how I'm going to rate this.
Okay. Yeah, this is all.
I'm
all
barely
over the
able to
map.
describe it right now.
Right.
All over the map for me.
Yeah, it kind of transcends words. Like it's weird. It's different. I don't dislike it. I think
It's not viscous.
okay.
Mouthfeel is
I'm just trying to say things that come to my head while I drink it at this point because I don't know how to describe it very well.
slightly astringent.
Yeah.
Probably from the smoke.
Jake Lee's on and asks, "Where's Bert?"
Where's Bert? He should be washing kegs right now. I should message him. Be like, hey, you're washing kegs like you're supposed to be. I'm down in
I need them.
Noblesville.
Yeah, two more beers I got to brew.
Gotta say, he's hanging out with Ernie. Like,
Oh, actually, this is a great story. So, Bert started in our kitchen. He started as the dishwasher and kind of worked his way up from there, which is pretty cool. But our head chef, his last name is Fernie.
It was
Bernie. So, a few months back, I bought them Bert and Ernie shirts to wear at work.
oh yeah, that's
Great.
awesome.
Great.
I just love
and now, ironically enough, they appear physically like Bert and Ernie. Like Bert's like that beanpole dude, and Ernie's
little
Ernie.
shoulder,
Yeah, a little squatty. Yeah.
So you legitimately had Bert and Fernie.
Yeah. It
That's amazing.
was the Bert and Fernie kitchen crew. Yeah.
Please tell me they sang songs about like life lessons and vows.
I
While they cook.
recently pulled that up on Alexa for him. Give me songs by Bert.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
Except that's Ernie.
Yeah, that is Ernie.
Well, it's one of them.
Nice, man.
Somebody's not around Sesame Street enough.
I mean, it's been about 30 some years.
I never grew out of it.
Stefan's like, I watched it yesterday.
Yes. It's on my TiVo.
It's on HBO now.
It's on my
So.
TiVo.
Yeah, they got A-list actors on it.
It's true.
Muppets are better. No.
This reminds me a little bit of a rock beer. Just a
Yeah.
touch of the smoke. And the problem for me is that I just don't like smoke in my beer. When we first started, I was doing all the smoking of the meats. So like brisket, I mean, I'm out there like 8 hours a day, once a week or twice a week. And it just got to me. So like I can
John's
not
dreaming about
really
trading places with you
stand
right now.
the flavor of smoke. But this is
No,
well
I'm,
done.
I'm
It's
empathizing
just
with them. I'm
very much a
barely
small
eat my
touch
food
of
anymore.
smoke. So it's well done. Beer's well done.
Yeah, it's well done.
Was that a meat joke?
It's unique.
John got it.
I can't figure out why I'm tasting mint to finish out. I don't know if I'm having a
it's
stroke
kind of that
or if I'm
brightness that I
noticing
was
it.
talking about. It's- yeah.
Like I might be stroking out. It's a possibility. We thought I was having a heart attack
That's
earlier.
true.
It's fine.
I didn't taste mint, but you didn't smell smoked sausage, so.
Well, I smelled smoke. I smelled sausage.
Is anyone else hearing the stroke in the back of their head and just seeing Tyler like strutting around? Like, stroke! Stroke! Thank you.
God damn it. All right, so it's my turn to go first on this thing. Unfortunately, because
It's a weird bird.
it's made well. It's clean. The flavor profile is unique. I'm also like Stefan. I'm not a huge fan of smoke in my beers. I'm gonna give it a 3 1/4. It might be better than that, but I that's the best I can give it.
My issue is like with that grain. I don't know what that grain's supposed to provide. It's the first time I've had anything that uses that grain.
Fonio.
So it could be really well done or it could be bad. I just don't know. So in this particular case, I think I just have to call it a 3. I don't necessarily like it, but I'm not going to penalize it because I don't know what it's really supposed to take. It could be the perfect example of this beer. I just don't know.
Can art looks like something my ex's daughter drew.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps or hurts its score. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
It looks awesome. I mean, I'm gonna do 3 1/4 on it. I'm not a fan of smoked beers, but this was in my mind well done, and I feel like the Super Fruits gave it an extra quarter for me, or Super Grain, because I feel like I got some fiber in my diet tonight or something.
I also learned
Vitamins,
something today. You know,
D12. I don't know what it is. B12. I don't know.
What does Super Grains
D12
have
is
in it?
Eminem's side group.
How do you spell that grain? I'm gonna look it up.
FONIO.
Siri, how do you say that?
I was thinking it meant fake, phonio.
Yeah, fake.
This is a phonio grain.
Then it gives you some super serious story.
They make cereal out of it. It's called phonios.
Fonio, the grain that would defeat quinoa as king among foodies.
That's a great description.
Dr. Drew, what would you give
Fucking
it a
know so
score?
much now.
I'd give it a 3. I didn't think it was, bad. I would drink it. I don't think I would buy it again. I don't mind smoking beers except for when they
Smell like sausage?
Well, except for when they have the resemblance of like liquid smoke, which that one I think had that liquid, which to me is like I know it's liquid smoke comes from smoking stuff, but it's
not the same.
It's over exaggerated.
I agree.
Oh, it's gluten free.
FONIO is?
Yeah, it makes me feel good.
And high in dietary fiber.
So we're all going to poop well.
For the
Yes.
other 8 beers you're
Yes,
drinking that are
yes.
gluten heavy.
Glad to hear
Yes,
we're going to
exactly.
poop well. So,
Along with all the probiotics in our sour beer.
man, we're on a roll.
Yep.
Matt,
We
you
have
don't
to
count,
skip
but
to-
I guess we like to hear your score.
3 1/4. I don't know. It was different. It was something. I'm happy to have tried it. Like, I didn't dislike it. I think it was well enough done. Didn't knock my socks off. I mean,
He normally has like a whole big spiel about every beer he scores. And like today, I keep giving him time instead of cutting him off like I normally do. And he
see, I've
literally,
finally been trained. Like, much like Pavlov's dog, I've learned to shut the fuck
he
up.
literally keeps stopping. And I'm just like, oh, all right, guess
Yeah.
Matt's done.
I don't know. Most of these haven't really had that much to say about them. They've all been kind of meh so far. There's not been a whole lot to really critique, bad or
Can you do
good.
me a favor? Say that word.
I don't
Tell our people what the name of the beer is.
Mashushu?
Thank you. I
Okay.
said it that way too. Mashushu. You gotta say it a little more angry though.
It's what you say when you're walking out of a brewery and you've had too many and your shoe falls off. Mashushu! Oh, Mashushu!
He's not wrong.
Oh,
Oh, Mashushu!
nice. I like that one. Dark ale aged in mixed barrels with coffee, chocolate flavors, and vanilla added. This elusive brew has been carefully blended from a variety of dark ale vintages aged in bourbon, rye, and brandy barrels. The result is an exceptionally complex and, chimerical?
That's what I would guess.
Concoction that uncoils from oak and slumber, emanating notes of rich chocolate, toasted vanilla, creamy toffee, and ripe fruita rare. That's a weird fruita.
Fruits are rare.
Yeah, all right, I was right the first time. A majestic beast indeed. 13.3%. Vintage to 2021, age 12 to 24 months. Basically going, we have a lot of shit in this. Some of them are old,
Yeah.
some of them are newer. I don't fucking know. Obviously from Rheingeist. The barrels, though, were selected from New Riff Distilling.
Okay.
Wish I would have known that when I got that.
You don't like New Riff?
I'm not a huge fan.
Hello, I like to make overly complicated beer descriptions.
They even made up words to describe this.
Yeah. What is it? Fruits are rare?
Yeah.
That's what I like to pour over my phonios in the morning.
It literally was fruit -A and then the word rare.
Yes.
That's why I was confused. I was like, is that supposed to be fruta rare? Or like I said it the first time, fruta rare.
Yeah, I read a description like that on my sales sheet when I want them to stop reading.
Yes.
Just buy the beer. It's got fancy words in it. But for those keeping track at home, it does have
13%, just
three
buy it.
three different barrels on it, and it is 10 plus, so there might be some redeemingness here.
Matt, always the ABV whore.
Oh, yes.
This beer could taste
Never
like
real-
shit,
no, he's
but we're
dark.
getting
Never
drunk.
really the optimist,
right.
though. That's
No.
kind of a new...
No, because every time like you
Your
hit
take on
10%
that?
or above,
Yeah.
worst thing it tastes like alcohol.
A little
Like,
uncomfortable.
Best thing it tastes better.
All the different styles of glasses makes.
Hey,
we got
Makes
two
it tough, right?
2 can glasses, 1 ball jar, and a Hardy mug.
Overall,
Those are all
it's
pretty
this
similar.
one's the one that keeps messing me
Yeah,
up.
who was that asshole?
We love you, Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew. You need a new button.
Oh,
Just says Dr. Drew.
Would this one work?
Fuck it out the window, sir.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, man, just like wafting this my direction.
It smells great.
This thing has got, like, aromatics out the wazoo. It's insane.
Like, I knew this was barrel aged, but I wasn't thinking it'd be...
3 different kinds.
And it's an L. It's like a Kentucky
Yeah,
bourbon
but
ale, right?
it's a little viscous.
Pretty dark.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I'd have had this a little farther down the list. I'm glad I did.
Watching you pour it seemed more like almost a lighter stout than it did like a...
Nice caramely colored head.
Almost drinks like one.
Oh, damn.
I love the smell.
That's...
It does drink like a stout light.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
like that is nearing stout like qualities when you drink it.
I'm really happy.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
I ain't mad at this.
Truth be told, I'm very hit or
Oh,
miss on mine,
Stefan's
guys.
got something. The brewer's got something.
Oh, let me get on main cam for this. Go.
And cam. Is it like the zoomy cam? Like,
Oh,
wish.
so
That'd be
just
awesome.
if you look gently
We're
to
not
your
that
left
fancy.
and where the bottle's at, that is can cam. And if you look straight ahead to this, now you're on main cam.
What you got to
Let's
say?
hear it,
Because
let's
you
hear
got
it.
something.
At the very end, I don't know if you guys pick it up or not, but I get like that sour apple.
Oh,
that
damn it.
acetaldehyde. And that's my only disappointment in this. In everything else.
I didn't until you said it.
Sorry.
Now, could that come from the brandy barrel?
I mean, if it was apple brandy, you might get a little bit of that, but the acetaldehyde characteristic, learned that from Kevin. Yeah, that was the last time I got to watch when he was on. He was talking about the acetaldehyde, and we've had it in, barreled beer that apparently he explained it can go away, but then after aging in barrels, it can come back a little bit. So, I guess that's my only thing about this one is
I notice it just a
apple.
hair, but I almost can forgive it because I don't know. I'm hoping that there was apple brandy barrels that adds into that, but also the rest of this beer is so well done. The flavors are so unique and blended well that it drinks like a stout almost.
Yeah.
High ABV, but really doesn't taste like it.
I wouldn't say quite DOI shelf, but close.
Yeah, I'm not tasting 13.3.
Yeah, definitely not that.
No.
But I would probably guess maybe a 10-ish, so not quite DUI shelf qualifier, but very, very close.
Our DUI shelf, for those of you that may not know, is not that beers that got us DUIs. None of us have. Well, I can't speak for people I don't know, but John and I don't have DUIs. Yet. No. But no, it's more a beer that's a very high gravity, so something that's over 10 but tastes significantly lower under 10. So we had one the last week that was like a 16 that tasted like an 8.
Yeah, it was stupid good.
What, cookies and memes?
No.
That one is good, though, too.
Yeah.
It went down.
It was superb.
It went down so smooth and easy, and you were like, it was us, the guest, all of us were just kind of like, oh shit, this is a dangerous beer. That's one you have 2 or 3 of at the bar because it drank so easy, and then all of a sudden go,
And then you can't drive.
oh shit.
Yep.
So yeah, it's not quite at that level, but it's still very smooth. I do get a little of that after you mentioned it.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I
We'll
was so
ruin it.
excited for the original flavor that I just kind of
Sorry.
stopped paying attention.
Like, quick Google search, it's typically either not fermenting all the way through, and so leaving a little bit of that behind because every beer produces acetaldehyde, or potentially being a little bit oxidized.
Yeah, we talked about that on the show with
Just reminding people.
Yeah,
Kevin.
in this case,
Other
it's
people?
certainly fermented through. I mean, it's been in a barrel for 12 to 24 months. So it's definitely not that.
Either way, I can kind of forgive it. It's not overly noticeable. Like I said, I didn't notice it until he brought it up.
I'm trying to kind of look for it. I'm not really getting it myself, but
No, I mean the beer itself is. I'm not saying.
I believe
bad.
it's there.
I
I'm
like
saying,
the beer.
Yeah.
It's
just
not
that little
always
twinge
get all
at
that
the
I'm
stuff,
normally
but
not a huge Rheingeist fan, so I'm really pleased with this beer.
I'm in that same boat. I love Cincinnati. I like Rheingeist location. Like, it's a neat place to go to hang out. It's a neat atmosphere. There's a lot of fun things to do. The rooftop bar is dynamite, but their beers, by and large, I'm usually meh on. I thought this one was, until Stefan ruined it, pretty good.
Wow, I still think it's
Where's that trombone sound?
I gotta find it. Shit. Nah, I'm gonna pass. How about this one?
fucking job.
The buttons move sometimes, you know. I think John fucks with me every
move.
couple episodes.
We haven't moved the buttons in a
No,
while.
it's been a while.
John would say that he hasn't, but I'm pretty sure he has.
Maybe someone just.
Dr. Drew, you got anything about this beer? I noticed you're sipping on this one. You're enjoying it a little more.
I don't know. I like it better than the rest of them we've had so
It's
far.
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a low bar. I mean, I'm picking what you're laying down there.
But I don't know. I don't notice the diacetyl that he was talking about, but to me it's more like the sour flavor you get sometimes from coffee beans. It's what I get.
Which it is.
Okay.
I think there was chocolate and coffee both in there. I think
It's all there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got your caramel, you got your roasty, you got your chocolate. Yeah.
You talking about the green pepper? Is that what you're talking about? The green pepper flavor you get sometimes from coffee?
I suppose.
In a beer? Yeah. That totally weirded me out. Like being able to taste green pepper in a beer. That was a rough one.
Yeah, I haven't done the full thing with Kevin yet, but like when he's given us brought in some off flavor samples and different things, like when we've tasted them in beer when Kevin's been here.
That was fun and gross. At the
Like
same
I
time.
literally
Yeah.
he'd be like, "What'd you taste?" And I'd describe something. He's like, "Yeah, that's right." Then look at John, and be like, "What'd you taste?" John had something slightly different. He'd be like, "Yeah, still right." And of course, we're both going, "Hey, those flavors aren't supposed to be here. Like that doesn't
Right,
make sense."
right.
And Kevin's like, "Yeah, no, it doesn't." He goes, "I get this, but all three are actually correct." Like the three most common things, and I forget what one we were doing that day was like this flavor, this flavor, and this flavor.
might have
And
been
all
the same
three of
one.
us, I think it might have been, and all three of us had the different versions of the three
Yeah,
things
yeah.
you normally take. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't like this. This is not okay.
I'd rather have acetaldehyde than DMS. Like
Well,
I
yeah.
don't want to taste canned vegetables.
No.
Beer. So,
Nothing worse than like smelling that celery.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think of canned asparagus at my grandparents.
Honestly, even the buttery popcorn
Yeah,
one I
that's what I
hate too. I hate the buttery popcorn flavor from I don't know that
It's been
flavor.
too long since
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
diacetyl.
Yeah.
popcorn
Yeah.
stuff.
So I don't get that as much on most things unless it's like a light beer. Because I've had cream ales where people didn't call it a popcorn beer or something.
Yeah. And that's it's just ice.
And I hate that flavor. I hate when you get that
Yeah.
buttery.
Yeah.
Ugh. But I also don't even put butter on my popcorn.
Score
So
this one first. Don't I?
yes, you do, dear. I just load it with salt.
Okay.
Although I did like the butter nugs in the when you made us popcorn that day.
Appreciate it.
I would probably go search this out again and hope that it just
Fuck it, you like
And
it.
I
ages
killed
better.
everybody's
It ages better.
Stefan wasn't here to critique.
And it doesn't get worse. So I will continue to search out and buy it until it gets too bad. So I'm gonna go 4.
John's just gonna drink the piss out of it until it finally gets to the point he can.
Yep.
Stefan, what about you?
You know, oddly enough, even though it's the off flavor, I'm still gonna give it a 4.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
But I love it. John's like, even with the flavor, I'm just gonna buy it until
drink it.
finally it gets to the point I can't drink it.
Yep.
Dr. Drew,
Yeah, I'd say somewhere between 3.75 and 4.
we don't have those. It's 0.25 in.
3.87
There you go.
to be exact.
God, we used to do a thing with a company called Beer Life. And technically, I guess we still do, but that's a whole other thing. But we would do 1-minute beer reviews. And because they're a social media channel, so everything's in those short 1-minute things, because that's how you get your views, yada, yada, yada. And we were doing that, and John would love just dicking around with the scores, because we would do them out of 10 instead of 5. I don't know why we changed, but we did.
Okay.
So I, for the most part, just double my score. You know? If I said it was a 4, guess what? It's now an 8. Like, simple, right? That makes sense. John, on the other hand, doesn't really give a shit what his score was. He just wants to know if it was higher or lower than mine. And then his score is something like, say he gave it a 4. Now he's going to randomly drop down because in his mind, 2.5's now average instead of 3.
Yeah, so 5 is my average score then on a 10-point scale.
Which shouldn't be because it should be 6 based on the way we do things, but it's fine. Now he's like 7.46219.
It's like Price is Right.
Yeah, it's like why, John? Why?
Close this without going over.
John goes almost like 8 decimal points, like pi. Like he goes like as far as he can remember.
The amount of times I've just looked at him like, that was unnecessary, John. Like, but I only have 1 minute, so I can't spend time like ripping you a new one for this. So we just got to move on.
Right?
Oh, John, when we actually have a bad review that you do for that, can you make a score of one of them pi? Like, I'm gonna go 3.1415. Just see if anyone catches it.
I will, yeah. I'll do that. 3.1415. I'll rattle off as many as I can. I'll look into it.
John's gonna like secretly write it all down.
Yeah.
It's like going all the way down his arm because it goes to infinity.
Like to at least 15
Yeah,
numbers.
I'm going to give this a...
The entire 1 minute is him giving his score to as far as he can go in a minute on pi.
Oh, I'm pretty sure John go pretty far on pi in a minute.
Yeah. Can't confirm. Make it a sugar cream pie. Hells yes.
Especially one with a beautiful texture.
Yes.
Hoosier cream pie.
All right, so beer that's coming up next. What, give us a couple exciting beers. What's on the docket? I know there's some really good IPAs right now that I got to see on the list earlier, and we'll talk about the list a little more when Dr. Drew's on.
Okay.
But I want to know what's coming up next. Give me something. Give me something cool. Give me something a little more HopLore.
Adventure-esque. Yeah, instead of Glockenspiel. Yes.
Style?
Yeah.
Cooking style.
You got it.
You said steel
got
that
it.
time, motherfucker.
I know I did it on purpose.
It's his beer, he can call whatever he wants.
Okay, so what do we got in the fermenter right now? We got bun stuff. So if you know the bun bars,
Yeah.
this is a maple chocolate and peanut imperial pastry stout.
Oh shit.
So right now it's about 13.5%. It might very well hit 14 by the time it's done fermenting. It's got about another week or so.
Well, you are the king of finding ways to jack up the ABV.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Would you say ABV whore? Yeah,
Yeah.
Guilty.
yeah. So that's coming up. Amish Crack is coming.
It is that time of year.
Yes.
Will there be any extra
Christmas
sixtels of
time.
that?
Yeah. Hey.
Any extra sixtels?
Hey.
He's
yeah,
got
Put him on the
jokes.
list, Doctor.
if you bottle that again this year,
Oh, it gets bottled every year.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would like another bottle.
Yeah. Can do. December 18th is our Christmas party. Pre-sales will be December 17th.
Yeah, tell her write that down.
Write that
Shut
down.
up, I'm on
It'll
it.
be the links will be posted on all our social media. It's sold
It'll be
out
posted on ours too.
super fast. I think it was about an hour and a half, and it was completely sold out that Friday morning.
What all are you doing this time? Just the Amish Crack, or
Just Amish Crack.
Okay.
We'll have some other different sours coming. One called Damn It Drew will be for that one as well.
nice?
Okay, so Drew has a thing about having ginger in beer.
Damn it, Drew.
Suggestion. For like a fruited sour or something to have ginger in it. I mean,
It's Christmas. Why not?
Don't
Do
get
ginger cranberry.
don't get me
ginger
wrong.
pear.
Don't get me wrong.
Actually, might not be bad.
If I make a beer, he's like, "Can you put ginger in it?" Just kidding.
So this is damn it, Drew.
So this is called Damn It, Drew. What is the cake that you are gifted that you just continue to pass on
Fruitcake.
at holiday time? Yes, we are doing a fruitcake sour
With ginger?
with ginger. Yes. We're doing it with ginger, apricot, peach, cherry, and then raisins.
So a fucking fruitcake with ginger.
Yeah. Fruitcake with ginger.
Actually, if that's what's in fruitcake, I might give fruitcake a try. That doesn't sound so bad when you hear all
Is this
that.
going to taste like a barley
Fruitcake's
wine almost?
texture is the issue.
I mean, there's going to be a
okay.
whole lot of brown sugar in it for like that spiced cake flavor. So that's coming at the same time as Amish Crack.
Oh my God.
Sometime shortly before that, I've never been a pumpkin beer person.
Same.
But I'm breaking out of the mold this year. So sometime shortly after Thanksgiving, we will have our pumpkin pie sour coming. Like 600 pounds of pumpkin puree. Yeah, pumpkin pie dream. A whole lot of whipped cream, vanilla icing, pie spice. Yeah. So That'll be coming here pretty soon
And
as well.
Stefan's doing whippets as he's putting his
You're supposed to hold the can upside down, right?
That's how the magic is.
That's right. How do you think we put the imagination in brewed with imagination?
That makes sense.
So much, yeah.
You gotta be careful, otherwise some ginger might wind up in the pumpkin beer, though.
It could. It could. We might
It'd
just.
be my fault.
Damn it, Drew! A pumpkin pie dream remix. Yes. So that's the most interesting stuff coming up right now.
That is that's some good shit coming up. If you've
I'm
never had
looking forward to it.
If you've never had the Amish crack, you need to pre-order it. You need to get it because if you don't pre-order it, you're not.
Except for that guy behind the camera because he doesn't like cinnamon.
No, John's the one that's not this big cinnamon hater.
You're,
Well, he and I both are like, we appreciate
If it's done,
limits.
if it's done well, I love it.
You
Like,
like
Raiders
Amish
was
crack.
done very well.
You like Amish crack.
Yeah.
I thought you were the hater.
He is.
Well,
Okay.
He's backtracking.
oh, no, John and I both like...
He
we
liked
like
Amish crack when he
Oh,
was
I
younger.
know.
So
No.
now he's backtracking
No, all
to
right,
make
so-
sure he still gets
Right.
it.
we like cinnamon to a level, but there's a line of bifurcation, like too much cinnamon. And it's for John and I, it's a pretty low level.
Yes.
You know, every time I see him, I have to give him shit about
Oh yeah.
fucking cinnamon.
Now, if it's
Yeah.
coconut, then I'm like, yeah, fuck that shit.
Although we had
You
a
do
coconut beer last
cinnamon
week
coconut
that
beer.
you
That's
actually
gonna-
enjoyed.
A cinnamon coconut.
We're gonna call it
beer.
an off-screen Matt.
Damn it, off screen.
Off-screen Matt. There we go.
Oh shit! All right, so that is the end of hour number one. We'll go ahead and take our quick break. We'll come back at the 8 o'clock-ish hour. We have 5 more fantastic brews.
Things are just getting better.
Yeah, I know at least 2 of these, if not 3, are going to be fantastic, and then 2 have a good shot at being good. So I ain't mad.
I ain't mad at all.
Yeah, I ain't mad when you have Adroit Theory, River North, Listerman, Ale Song, and even Kentucky Bourbon Barrel all coming up next. That's not a bad lineup. So we'll be right back. I'm TVG_Ops Guy.
Dog B&Q.
With us today,
Stephen King, HopLore Brewing.
my guess is you're going to see
Dr. Drew.
coming up next hour, and behind the camera, the one, the only. Again, thank God you can't see him.
Off-screen cinnamon's okay.
Later.
screen man, big bushy beards and nothing hats. Two bearded guys. Oh yes they are two bearded guys. Oh yes they are two bearded guys. Oh yes they are two bearded guys. Oh yes they are.
Oh, dude, if we had, we're not important enough to get checked live.
Yeah, we would be just out of John's basement. We'd actually have a recording studio.
We would have
talk
a
about
studio,
earlier.
actually.
Yeah.
I'll send you the Beardzilla song.
Hell yeah. Yes. What is up? Welcome back for hour number 2 on TBG_Ops Guy.
Mudhog being cute.
With us today,
Dr. Drew.
and
Stefan.
good lord, I'm behind the camera, the one, the only. He's Tim Allen's neighbor.
Oscar Wilson.
Oh, good lord, Dr. Drew. Thank you for that one. I want to take credit, but that was too good.
Yeah, that's all. Dr. Drew.
I was gonna just go with it and let it keep the credit. I'm like, oh no, I'll be nice this
I would have given
time.
you the credit.
No, so Dr. Drew is on. You gotta hear him a little bit from behind the scenes, but he does all their sales and distribution.
That's correct.
I actually watched him work his magic today and sell a few sixtels. That was pretty fun.
Oh, that's
Mostly because watching people drink beer that I know is going to be good is just fun because you're like, which one are you going to say no to because it's good beer? But yeah, she enjoyed it. She bought 3 different sixtels. It's going to be a good time. You'll be able to find HopLore beer at Books and Brews Noblesville soon. So that'll be a win for all of us.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, what all do we have? What have you been doing lately? Where can we find your beer?
locally to the Indianapolis area, you can find us at Five's Tap. You can find us at Indie Craft Brew in Muncie. You can find us at the Coterie in Kokomo.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then in Logansport, we're at Bonus Pints.
Huh?
Nice.
How is Bonus Pints? I've heard good things. I just haven't been in
It's a pretty
there.
cool atmosphere. It's an all-ages show, so you can bring your kids. They got video games, and some of the video games are free.
Okay.
And they got a decent tap list, and all their taps are local.
I heard it's pretty cool. I just hadn't had a chance to get in there. It's kind of a little out of the way for me, so you know.
It's cool because it's attached to a record shop, which I like records, so...
Oh, fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
All right,
sorry.
now I have no reason not to go.
Now, have we tried the El Emporium yet? Because I think we were talking that one day.
I have not been to the Ale Emporium,
Okay.
but I will add it to my list.
It'd be a good place to get the beer on. I don't know. They tend to go... It's funny, they have this massive list of all sorts of crap, but they do bring in a decent amount of local and regional beers, so...
Yeah.
I haven't been there as recent as Saturday. It was almost exclusively like local stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, their tap list has, or the list has gone down a bit. Like before, it used to be all the bottles and cans, clap your hands. Now it's just all the drafts they have on hand.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of local stuff, and I know they always do a good job of pumping that out.
And they don't shy away from expensive beer. I've paid
No.
$15 for an 8-ounce before.
Oh, they have no problems buying an expensive beer just to then go,
It was a revolution.
let's charge you that price, sir.
It was actually
We're passing the
Maple
cost
Death.
on down to you.
$2 an ounce, just for you.
Yeah, Maple Death. Yeah, that's what you had there. That was
went awesome with their chili.
Also, Mike Toole jumped on the YouTube. What's up, sir? Says hello,
What's up,
Dr.
Mike?
Drew.
There you go.
Oh, I thought you said
Psych
Tim the
Mike.
Toolman Taylor. Sorry.
Mike the Tool Man Taylor.
And there's my
No,
Mike.
Mike. Is Mike the
Mushroom
Tool Man?
I need context. No.
Not on the internet, we don't.
Oh shit, that's right. All right, our next beer. We're gonna go ahead and hop into this before we talk to Dr. Drew anymore. You know, mostly because I think we could talk about all the upcoming beers and everything, current beer lists, all the fun shit. Which off-screen Matt's gonna make sure you guys have all the information in the chats. Especially make sure you get it on the YouTube chat as well, because that way both Facebook and YouTube will have it permanently on the video stored. Anybody that watches it will see it, so it's a win-win.
He says it like it's so easy.
Yeah, I know.
He can handle it.
Screw you, Tyler.
We just spent like 5 minutes trying to figure out how to comment on Facebook because
So
it changed.
Start with Facebook then.
No, Facebook's commented.
All right, good.
This is Doom by Adroit Theory. It is their extra special bitter. This is the Ghost 1060 can. Brewed and canned by Adroit Theory. Ooh, guess which state?
I'm hoping Virginia.
It is Virginia. It is the one we've had the most luck out of. But I'm most excited for this just because like we said earlier, you don't really get a lot of ESBs.
No.
So, and I've always enjoyed ESBs.
Could you
So.
explain what an ESB is, Tyler?
It's an extra special bitter. It's funny because it's called extra special bitter, but it's mostly malty and not that bitter.
Right. Like normally,
So
like
because
IBUs probably what 40 to 50 normally. Is
I
that
think
about
that's
right?
what I've seen
On
listed
ESB?
most times. Yeah. But it cracks me up because we've had one on tap
Oh, I don't like bitter.
back at the brewery we both worked at. We had an ESB. People were like, oh, I won't be able to drink that. That's bitter. I mean, it's not.
It's not.
Actually, I've never had an ESB that was really that bitter. But it is one of my favorite styles. It reminds me, I don't know. I like the beers that you don't get overwhelmed with all the time.
Right.
I like IPAs. Out of the three of us that are on the show every week, I'm the guy that drinks the most IPAs. But at the same time, like, I'm sick and fucking tired of most IPAs.
Yeah, I can hit that wall too.
Citra,
Like,
Amarillo.
I want somebody to use something other than Citra, Amarillo, Galaxy.
Yeah.
Give me some Wakatu. Let's have some fun here. It's also just because I really love saying that hot name.
Experiment 33.
like my shoo-shoo.
My shoo-shoo.
What happened to my shoo-shoo?
Oh, Jared Shaw's on. What's up, buddy?
What up,
Says,
Jared?
like that Colorado shirt, Tyler. Is that a Colorado acquisition?
No, I bought this to take to Colorado.
Ah.
I needed a.
So it debuted in Colorado.
I bought it at
Goodwill?
Duluth Trading Company right before I went. It's one of the 40 grits.
Yeah.
Like sandpaper?
Love them.
Dude,
It's gonna be
Duluth
rough.
Trading Company. Best fucking clothing shop, especially for big dudes.
Yep.
Shit actually fits. You don't like Duluth?
They're
I like-
expensive.
I'll go with king size a lot of times, but I won't buy the king size brand. I'll buy their other off brand.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like the Boulder Creek.
Yeah, that's fair. I like Duluth TMI, but I love their underwear. I really do.
They're awesome. I love their commercials.
Fuck yeah.
No bunch, no stink.
No bunch. That's right.
We should do an episode where we just talk about big guy stuff. Educational.
It's not bad.
Good luck clicking the buttons on your...
Not bad. A little malty, very astringent,
Yeah.
very dry.
Since this is probably my first ESB, is this what it's supposed to taste like?
I mean, it pretty much tastes like every ESB I've ever had.
For the most part, yeah.
All right, so...
Stefan, have you ever made an E ESB?
No, we actually do an English mild.
I said, no, we actually do good beer.
Tell us the difference real quick.
It's pretty much ABV. I mean, your English milds are going to come in at right below 4%.
And you make one of those?
We did.
Sorry, I'm just confused.
They make regular beer,
we
too.
like to
Why
make
just
new
think we got-
beer sometimes. But yes, it's right below 4%. It's not on that list.
The
No,
lightest thing
The
we got,
lightest
though.
thing we got is the
4.5. Yeah.
Yes, and that's my favorite one. As long as you're looking at the list, let's go ahead and talk about the lightest thing we got. People will come in every weekend and ask, "Hey, what's the lightest thing you got?" So now our bartenders can literally turn around and say, "Okay, this is the lightest thing we got," because that's the name of the beer.
And then if somebody goes, what's the name? Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
How's that selling so far, by the way? People embraced it?
Selling pretty good. Some of my smaller accounts that just like more of a basic beers really enjoyed it. It's a nice crisp beer with a light lime finish.
I just noticed you're rocking the Untapped scores
I know.
even on his list.
Well, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
something we're proud of.
Yeah, I'd be real proud of that 1.2 as well. No.
1.2. That's high for us. There's a 1.2 on there, Drew?
Yeah, it's the I don't like sour still. 0.25.
Untapped, I swear. No, I mean, I'm looking at it. Nothing on here is less than a 3.5.
Yeah,
And that's
I
the
think we got
when a
3.5.
cream ale is
Yeah.
coming in at a 3.5. That's a pretty damn good cream.
That's pretty
ale.
strong, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that ain't bad because most people that use Untapped don't order a lot of cream ales.
Correct.
So that's actually pretty solid.
Push pop down.
I've just never seen a sales sheet have the Untapped scores. That's kind of cool.
No, it's what people care about.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Well, I like-
because
I like
other
that.
places don't have a high average like that or a good bell curve. Like
Well,
that
I like
that
that for it makes our purchasing a little bit easier. Like people as purchasers of beer can take and look at that score and say, "Oh, people really like this beer." we're gonna sell through it pretty quick.
Yeah.
So it gives kind of a point of reference. I have a love-hate relationship with Untapped, but at the same time, in general, like a snapshot, that's a great snapshot to show accounts.
I used to work at a place that, we had the ABV, we had the IBU, and then we put like the SRM on there. I feel like the Untapped score is a much more relevant piece of information than the SRM.
For those of us not in the industry,
That's
what's
the color.
We just put the SRP on it.
See, I know what that one is.
I'm looking at these Untapped scores, and this is cracking me up. And for you as a salesman, I'm sure it does a little bit as well, because you have the Push Pop Damn It Fruited Berliner Weiss is the highest rated one at 4.33. And then you go the complete opposite direction and go to a New England IPA that's the second highest at 4.24. And that to me, it's like, hey, these are going to sell because New Englands are popular as shit, and so is weird shit.
Yep.
Here is our weird shit. Here's our New England. Buy them both. I like that.
Can I ask
Sorry, I get it. And then the fucking seltzer's another over 4.
Since you said you made this is the lightest thing that we got.
Mine
Do you guys have?
Dolphins Blue.
I imagine
Really?
the beers that you make and what I've had. People kind of have expectations going into your establishment of like, hey, I'm gonna get some crazy, a lot of high ABV. Do you see that many people that come in that want more introductory craft beers?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Really, when it comes to tap rooms, you're trying to appeal to a much broader audience. Like, if we were some different name and people are coming in specifically for this style of beer, then it's a little bit easier. But we're in the middle of nowhere. We're in a town of 500 people.
Oh, I don't know. That's small.
So
Leesburg's tiny, dude.
We have the real beers.
End of a brick street.
And then the crazy shit.
You have the Bob Couch beers.
Yeah.
Is this beer? All right, so back to the ESB real quick because we kind of got off the rails, mostly because we got excited about.
You just came up with a new name.
What's that? Bob Couch
This is
beer?
a real beer.
Is this a real beer?
Just
Is this a
fantasy.
real beer?
Hopefully, hopefully Mike from Microphone's not watching this right now because he just stole a beer name.
All right, so back to the ESB. Solid beer, well made, clean. Like most ESBs, even though I was excited for it, nothing special. Like nothing jumps out at you with an ESB, but it is an easily drinkable beer that if you're planning on having 4 or 5 beers with your buddies, it is a perfect beer to sit there and drink all evening long. I thoroughly enjoyed it. We'll start back with you, John, just because we have a new guest on. So.
Damn it. All right. I am going to go... I'll go 3.5. I think it's a really solid example of what an ESB would be.
I'd give it a 3.5. It was a solid drinker. I could probably drink it all day. It's a Doom, so I could drink it while playing a game on my keyboard.
On my keyboard.
Keyboard.
I like how you even got the...
Keyboard.
Honestly, I've bounced back and forth between a 3.75 and a 4. I'm going to give it the 3.75. I don't think it's quite Seek Out. But man, I don't get a lot of ESBs. It's easy to drink. It is almost all ESBs are extremely sessionable. I enjoyed it. I'm happy with it. I'm going to go 3.75. That does give us a 3.5 average.
Is it 6%-ish?
It didn't say, and I haven't looked it up
I know
yet.
most ESBs are right in that.
My guess is it's probably 6%, and when you're used to drinking nothing but high shit on the show, 6% anymore to me tastes like a sessionable beer. The full name is Doom Metal. Is what's on the side of the can here. Droid Theory. Let's see.
While you're looking that up, Jared's got some comments here. He says he went through REI and sure as shit, LOL, saw rando wool underwear and thought, would Tyler like this better? Because Tyler talks so much about Duluth underwear.
5.6.
And then he was also asking, I think we have it switched to where the mic's already on Universal, Jared, or 360, I believe, is the word, John. So we just had Stefan scoot in a little bit here, see if maybe we can't pick him up a little better. Thank you for the wonderful critique.
Up yours, Jared. Thanks, Jared. No, actually, truly, thank you. And I'm so glad you're back in town because we're going to make you come help us do some sound stuff probably one of these days.
Yay.
Optimize some shit. So...
We don't know what we're doing.
No, we really don't.
We made it 90 episodes, but it's just by
I
just,
wasn't gonna say anything.
yeah, a string and duct tape. Like a rubber band is holding the show together.
We just like to get drunk, so.
I literally get suggestions from Jared, and we try to fix shit based on random suggestions from my buddy who does shit like this a lot more than we do.
And, we also just have Rob Gibbons just chirp off, says 6% isn't sessionable. Maybe I need to back off on the pastry stouts.
No, that's what I'm saying. For me, it is sessionable. It was 5.6, by the way, Steph.
5.6.
5.6. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So very sessionable.
Yeah.
On the Tyler Tanner scale, that is sessionable.
Yeah, that's sessionable, yeah. Oh, I was going to tell you should probably cut some wax while we're between breaks.
Yeah, Matt, we didn't ask your score. What would you have given it?
I'm a little ignorant on the whole ESB thing.
Usually.
This is perhaps the first one that I'm aware of that I had.
Cut your arm off.
Yeah, Tyler's gonna have to go to the emergency room while I'm talking.
Fuck that. I'll wrap the red shirt around it. We'll just keep going.
Just, like, get some 200-mile-an-hour tape, just wrap around it like a true hillbilly. You know?
Cut your arm off.
Don't listen to Stefan. I'll use that to open up a can.
3.5 on that. I don't really know the genre that well. I feel like it's well crafted.
Genre.
And it or the style. It tasted pretty good, but I wouldn't really seek it out personally. It's kind of a kind of thing. Like, not bad, not knock your socks off, but I think well done.
This is the Matt we're used to.
Yep.
Rambling on and on while we're trying to open.
No, I
bottles,
appreciated it.
Yeah, that was killing time. John, I
Nice job.
respect that you can't appreciate anything I bring to this.
I literally just said that. I guess it's like I appreciate him picking up on that.
Stefan, did I get your score for it?
No, you didn't.
What was it, my man?
Oh, you want it? Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't count, but
yeah, he wants it.
3.75. It's a solid ESB. It's one I would throw in my fridge. I like ESBs. I like English beers, so I'm down with that.
369. Damn. Oh, sorry.
Hey, sucker, too many one. Oh, sorry. I thought we were singing along. Jared also says he will in a heartbeat, would love to. So we will definitely take an audio.
Jared started his new job.
congrats.
Congrats,
today.
buddy.
So
Yeah.
now that he's back in Indiana.
That was
started
quick.
New job, new role, new company.
Started a new job today. Yeah, new job, new role, new company. He's pretty excited. I texted him this morning. He was like, "How's it going? You excited?" He was. You could tell. It was just. I told him good luck or something like that. He was just like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
It's nice when you get a chance to go from a company that maybe didn't treat you right to one that's new, fresh, kind of a new role, new
start.
state. It's a real good chance for him.
Or an old state, you might say.
Yeah, new state, old state. You know.
New old.
All right, this is Quandary single cask quadruple ale aged in bourbon barrels. This comes from my love affair with River North. River North and Revolution have two of the best barrel programs that I've ever
I love them both.
been able to enjoy. They're just because of consistency, if nothing else. Like, I've had great barrel beers from all over the country, but I might only have one from a brewery. I've yet to really have much of anything from River North of any kind, let alone their barrel program, that I didn't enjoy.
Can't confirm.
Alrighty. So, again, this is Quandary. This is their 2021 vintage. Wheated Bourbon was the barrel type.
Is it wheated or wheated?
Single cast series showcases the unique character of a single oak barrel and the essence of the spirit it previously contained at a rocking 12.4%.
That is so much lighter color than the Rheingeist.
Well,
Jared-
this is not a stout.
But that wasn't either.
I know.
And quick, before I go to Cam, John, Cam, Jared is saying, thanks guys, appreciate it, and River North!
Jared found River North as well while he was out in Denver.
And Brett says, Mama Danner says hi. What's up, Mama Danner?
Oh.
Evidently, Mom's watching with Brett right now.
I miss the episodes where we used to have,
No, I'm good with those.
females on the show, and then
Who
there
would give
be
love
dating
advice.
advice for Mama Danner.
Yeah, that got awkward. at the time.
We got
Only
Dr.
for you.
Drew on the
Dr.
show
Drew.
tonight.
If you had
Like,
any...
throw up your questions for Dr. Drew.
as Mama Danner goes back out on the scene.
Mama Danner's out on the scene. It's fine.
How's she doing on the scene? Is she doing well?
She's doing all right. All right, leave it alone.
Prowling around? Doing good?
Prowling around.
Like at midnight? No, sorry.
Jonathan.
I stopped.
Too much.
Yeah, some of those early episodes with some of those girls giving mom sex advice while on the show was
It was actually just general relationship advice. It wasn't
not when
specific
Shannon
sex.
was talking
No,
to
that
them.
was sex
Little
advice.
girl's gone wild.
We had one guest that was literally like, "Oh, Sherry, well," and I was like, "Shut the fuck up."
And that episode kind of went into Mom's Gone Wild territory.
Mine's kind of high.
Some would say on the prowl.
That's solid. Light bodied,
Nice
It
and
is.
smooth.
very smooth. Definitely, it's not gonna fool you with the ABV. You know it's high ABV.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love the color.
But it's not like flamethrow like hot though.
No,
either.
it's not hot,
It,
but,
it lets you know it's there, but it's not like killing you.
but you're not gonna be like, man, I bet this is only 8%.
Definitely
Nah.
not.
The barrel is right there.
No, it's
Yeah.
I'm a
all
fan.
4 of them.
I think I just got a bit drunker right there.
I'm a fan. That is a solid tasting beer. We have 12 more River North beers behind us.
Not that we're keeping track.
Actually, I think we have 13 more.
We have so much River North and Freedom.
Oh yeah, and I'm getting more River North in February when we go back out there.
I have 24 bottles of
We
Freedom coming.
we might finally be low on River North by the time we go back out there.
When we go re-up and get another 20 or no 2 cases worth. Rob also says 12.4. Now that's sessionable.
Yes.
A man after my own heart there.
Stefan's over here going, yes.
So he's been to our session, our
Rob,
brew day
Rob
sessions.
was at
Okay.
Occupation Day with us. When we got,
Oh, when they did the 14 stouts on tap?
Yes.
yes. We started our share
When is it
started
next
with
year?
a 13 prop, and then moved forward from there. So yeah, Rob is one of the brothers. He's family.
That's awesome.
So
I
How-
wasn't there
when is
for
this
his
next year?
beers, but
When is this going to happen next year? We need
Occupation. It's always the first part of November. We had done it on the first Saturday of November up until this year because of the move for brewing and everything like that. It ended up getting pushed a week just because that's when the beer was ready. But we may keep it on that second Saturday. First Saturday is Learn to Homebrew Day. And so there's several homebrew shops that do a homebrew thing that day, and I'd rather not interfere with that. So
Is it like a local thing or like a national kind
it's
of?
a national thing.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
So don't go camping like I did this year. Second weekend in November. Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much for our releases, pretty much just mark out November, December because those are the times when we throw out all the beers during those 2 months.
Tyler, write that
You might
down.
like them.
Yeah.
I'll lose this notebook by then.
Oh, well, we had it for 90 episodes.
No,
True.
this is notebook number 2. Remember, I had the smaller one
We
first.
still got the other one.
Say,
Though.
there's only
I
like
do
30
still have
beers.
it. It's my house.
That's
right
almost 2 years, right? Like,
now. That is true. I have not lost either notebook.
Yeah.
That's damn impressive for me.
Jared's throwing a big hat in the ring here. He says he's so excited for River North. He gotta be with us when we do the next awesome River North tasting because they are all great.
They're all solid. It's funny. This I really like it, and and it's gonna be shown in my score. But at the same time, it's nowhere near some of the stuff we've had by then.
Right.
And yet, I still fucking love this beer.
Well, I think are you as big of a quad fan though? Like this
Quads
is
are the
this
ones
isn't a-
I enjoy. This is a quad.
It's called L, not a
I can't remember fucking
Quadruple.
now.
Yeah, it's a Belgian.
Quadruple Ale.
Oh,
It's
it is a
Yeah.
Belgian. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, like
I was like, I could have sworn
I can appreciate a quad, but I definitely like swim in the stout pool much more. Like I just personally enjoy that a lot.
So
better.
as good as their stouts aren't as much as we like them, they started as a Belgian beer brewery.
Really?
Their first 10 beers were basically all Belgians.
Huh. Oh, I learned something. We have some comments here. Rob Gibbons also says, "Release the crack in." I'm not sure if that's
Thomas
yep.
Crack?
Stefan gets it,
Yep.
and then
Well, Thomas Crack. So
there we go. And it's got cinnamon.
It's got cinnamon. I don't know how that works.
Yeah. Brant Finley says Occupation Day was a blast, and Rob says, "Sorry, I missed you."
Dude, I was there the whole time.
didn't miss you.
I saw him just
Now
as I was
we're
leaving.
I think you were
questioning
saying
what
that to
Rob
Drew.
thinks is sessionable.
I think he was saying that to. I think he was saying that to Drew.
No, I left. I left just as Rob got there. He showed up 4 hours late to a beer share, and
Well, that's kind of on you, Rob.
So on top.
yeah.
So Drew
I-
wasn't there, and the rest of them don't remember Rob being.
By the way, I'm
know that
loving
you
that hat. The Gatorade HopLore Brewing Company. I mean, not Gatorade HopLore Brewing
Gatorade.
Company.
It's just,
Yes.
it's
just
lightning
HopLore with
bolt
lightning
looks
bolt, man.
common.
Yeah.
It's a very common sign.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody's
Quite
using
common.
it.
Thor, right?
Oh.
Thor.
Rob is drinking some
It's
sessionable
juice.
beers. He said I was talking to Brant Numbnuts. So I don't know if that's me, Stefan, Drew,
Me,
you
all
guys.
of
Yeah.
us.
Maybe-
Probably
I'm not gonna take
Maybe
that
all
from the
of us.
pass out king.
From the pass out king.
That dude passes out like Lurch.
Oh, that was fantastic.
You can rate it.
Oh, and Jared's asking, what was it Marie was their first, Tyler?
J. Marie Saison was their very first beer.
We have some type of J.
We
Marie
have their
somewhere,
J.
right?
Marie pumpkin that we have, which is actually, I had it on tap there, and I don't like Saisons. I don't like pumpkin beer. And it was fucking good when I had it on tap. It kind of annoyed me. It was one of those I really was like, I finally found the beer River North makes that I don't fucking like. And then I fucking liked it, and it was annoying because I keep trying to find one I don't.
Yeah.
But you're right in the gourd.
Fucking hate him. All right, let's rate this beer.
It's well played.
Then we got some more shit to talk about over here. So,
And Brant says he had to get out while he could. So
my man, you're leading it off.
I'm gonna give it a 4. I thought it was an easy drinker. I liked the barrel. I liked how it smelled. I liked how it tasted, but I liked how it didn't have a burn.
Yeah, I it's a tasty fucking beer. It's so smooth for such a high ABV, and one that doesn't fool you. It still is smooth,
Oh, smooth.
and I'm giving it a 4 as well.
That's where I was. I'm on a 4. I think it's a really solid beer. It is not my favorite thing that River North has done by any means, but shit, it's still solid as hell.
We promise if we ever find a beer we don't like, we will be honest.
Yeah.
Like, we will.
Listerman's gone everywhere from like a 0.25 to like a 4.5 at least.
That is fair. Shit, Windmill. I raked one over the coals one
Yeah,
time.
we love Windmill. We love Chris.
No, because it tasted like shit that day.
Ugh.
But we've also rated Windmill some of the highest shit. Like, it just... Even if they're our friends, we're going to be honest.
We play favorites, but we don't play favorites. It is.
I was
If
really...
you're a brewery, you're going to brew some bad stuff.
I'm really excited for when we drink, the HopLore beer that we have behind us, in an upcoming episode. And I'm really hoping it's great. And so...
What's behind you?
Soviet occupation from last year. We showed you the bottle.
That's actually 2 years old.
oh, you're better.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We might just drink that tonight after
That
the show.
has some age.
That might get drank tonight after the show.
Yes.
Pull a hair on your plums.
Or I guess
No, it should be nice and it's the
we could
CCP,
save that
yeah.
for 100.
Yeah.
Cinnamon chocolate chili peppers. You won't like it.
Why not?
Cinnamon
But the
chocolate
rest of
chili
it-
peppers.
To a point, I appreciate cinnamon.
Figure it out.
It's
That'd
just
be
a
We'll talk to
little-
him when the camera
Yeah,
stops
yeah,
because
yeah.
that might either be one we save for Hundo or we
Yeah,
drink tonight,
the
depending on
Hundo
what
beer
we
share.
see.
You know, I'm not letting Wilson get off that cinnamon train. He's gonna hear about it for the rest of his life.
It's fine. I trust me. I got many things that are way worse than cinnamon that I get riddled for.
And he never
all my
gets
life.
off anyway. So it's fine.
Because
Being a Sharks
his
fan.
brony. Well, no, he's a brony. That's what we make fun of the most.
Really not though. I just appreciate unicorns.
Really not. I just like unicorns.
It's not weird.
He's a brony. We have a picture of him riding a unicorn.
Two.
Oh yeah.
Several, yeah.
No, it
They
was a
do
flamingo.
exist.
Yeah, that was a
That pink unicorn had a really long neck.
While drinking unicorn farts.
You know what? That night, it definitely reminded me of a unicorn.
God, you molested that poor flamingo.
Yeah, I mean, it was out there lit up and just inflated for no reason.
It was hops and coaster drops.
Oh yeah, we were there.
Yeah, just down from us at one of the campsites, there was a flamingo, like blow up, light up flamingo off the back of a trailer because the trailer was in the middle of the road. And we got drunk Friday night, of course.
What?
And
Right.
we got
Who
real
does
drunk
that?
Friday night. We were drinking until like 3:30 that night. And he made up his mind he was going to go
Right, definitely.
ride the flamingo.
Sure
And he
did.
That thing's neck was straight up and down Friday.
It was a
By,
sick flamingo
by the time
Saturday.
he got done, that neck never stood back up again. It was like
I just broke its spirit, you know?
That's what you have to do. You have to.
Well, it's
prove
all right.
dominance.
Saturday
Exactly.
they tried
I
to come
dominated
hang out
that
with
thing.
us, and you guys passed out.
Yeah, Friday was a good time.
Saturday they were like, "Yeah, we'll go." Well, yeah.
And
Everybody was asleep.
I blame them.
Friday was a
Everybody
good
was
time.
asleep.
I blame myself for the Saturday. I was just 3 sheets to the wind. But Rob says, definitely worthwhile coming out. A fest where Drew, Stefan, and I are pouring together. The show is worth the cost of admission.
Yeah.
You three pouring together? That does sound scary. I don't even know you.
I have a cool haircut.
Mohawk or mullet?
I had HopLore shaved into my head.
Nice.
Okay, option C. Strong play.
By the way, I never did properly thank you guys. Thank you for having a jug of water at Hops and Coaster Drops.
Yeah, no worries.
Unfortunately, I had a small cup to drink it with, but you were the only people I got water from the entire time.
You're welcome.
Goddamn Indiana Beach.
Right.
But go to that next year. It's fun.
I feel like
It was
when
a blast.
I'm pouring at a fest with Drew and Rob, I feel like Tattoo. Because I'm the little guy. Believe it or not.
Oh, I think you meant like that Russian duet girl band, like from like the mid '90s.
Huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
that was a thing.
I don't
TATU. You can look it up. They had like
No,
one hit
like
song.
Tattoo, like the plane, that Tattoo.
Oh, how old are you?
Not Toto.
Who doesn't know Tattoo? What the heck?
From movies
From like
that
Bond.
you know.
Like Bond.
Like what?
James
Yeah.
Bond.
You guys.
He was in Bond?
No, he wasn't in Bond.
Thank you. That's why I don't know it. Haha.
Well, the
Tattoos
actor
from
was.
Tattoos from
The little guy.
Yeah.
Indiana,
He was in
Yeah,
Bond
the
too.
plane.
He was in a Bond
Was he in a
film.
Bond movie?
Yep.
but isn't he from Indiana Jones? Isn't that?
No.
No, that
he's
was a
from,
kid.
that was like-
Fantasy Island. That movie,
Oh,
Fantasy
that's right,
Island, and
that's
the
right.
TV show Fantasy Island.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Rob's saying fucking Fantasy Island.
And then
I'm the youngest one in the room, so
His Fantasy Island season 3 right now.
Rob and Brant are both very let down with us on the Fantasy Island now.
Rob and Brant. I'm the youngest one in the room. I get a pass.
Yeah, he was still in his daddy's sack at that point.
Not true, probably, but
And also, Brant says it's the dream team of pouring. And
pouring?
Rob is claiming stake to credit for the jug of water. Says it was all him.
Nice work.
Probably. Actually, it is, because we had to put a sticker on his jug.
And then give it away.
all right. So
Yeah.
this is Lexington Brewing Company, Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Peppermint Porter.
We haven't had beers over 10% tonight.
Words are hard. God damn it.
I mean, like it's the
Definitely
camera
peppermint.
is set up perfect. Just you're putting the bottles cockeyed.
The camera's right. You're just doing it wrong.
Exactly. I mean, if you're gonna be brutally
We
honest
need to
about
get a
it,
nicer camera that rotates.
No, I agree.
That way he can just like hit a button and just change the camera
Change the
angle.
camera.
I can't rotate the camera to face away from the more the.
Wilson, don't tell us what you can't do.
He's not
Just make it
understanding.
Are you an American or Americant?
I'm gonna marry a real can. I realize what can be done.
So not as strong candy cane as I was fearing.
Not as strong as it smells like. Like the
There's a lot of
nose.
There is.
There's
No,
a lot of
it's not
peppermint
like
bark in this.
Huh?
It smells like I should be eating it.
Stefan forgot he had it.
No, he
No, I
didn't.
said it
He
over there.
smelled it.
No, it's for a reason.
Not
He
a fan.
separated himself from it.
Pour it
I
in.
mean-
If you don't want to drink it, pour it in a John's glass. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm right there with him. I mean, like, if you want to fuck up a good beer, put peppermint in it.
Well, this one says pour though. The
No, it's
normal
not,
one
it's
is
not
ale.
horrible. That's the thing. Like, I've had peppermint.
It doesn't taste like
beers that
toothpaste.
were just awful.
Right.
No, it does not taste
Does
like.
not taste like
It
toothpaste.
reminds me more of
Captain
peppermint bark.
Colgate, you know.
It reminds me more of peppermint bark was added to a porter.
Yeah.
I'm not upset with it.
I get that.
Matt, you got
Kinda
something?
Like that white chocolate taste.
Yeah.
to it.
A little bit.
Well, Jared always has great comments, but they're long, so I have to pre-read them so I don't fuck them up. Is there a chocolatey barrel-aged stout with hot spicy notes, like sweet and spicy hot cocoa?
Maybe a Soviet
There might
occupation
be.
that's 2 years aged.
Yeah,
Or a Mexican hot. Find a Mexican hot chocolate stout.
I was gonna say, or if we just took blueberry out of the blueberry ghost.
Woo! That was hot.
Maybe tone it down a smidge.
It was different.
It was different.
And Jared says he knows how we can rotate cameras. We'll talk about that later.
That peppermint just was lingering. I took a big gulp to finish it,
Yeah.
and it is
I mean, that's gonna stick around, but
still
I mean,
present.
in the season of like holiday spirit and having to deal with my family, if I had this around, like I would
It'd make it
probably
better.
handle it a little better.
Hey, you want to know what would have made this beer better?
6 of them. Yes.
Ginger.
Damn it, Tyler.
Damn it, Tyler.
And switching over to HopLore beers real quick.
That's
All right.
ironic because our Damn It beers
Yeah.
are named after Damn It Tyler. So Damn It Tyler was my vagabond assistant to the head brewer back in the day. And I told him before you left to do the PCH trail that you're going to brew a beer. And that was our first Kettle Sour that we did. And so now all of our like heavily fruited, more tropical Kettle Sours are Damn It beers.
That's pretty good.
Named after Damn It Tyler.
You also had Damn It Cardi one time. That was
No,
Yeah. The WAP.
the
yeah.
Yeah. Wet and gushy. If anybody's ever heard the censored version of that song, that is way worse than the real version.
Is it really?
That's
That's terrifying.
It is. The words are wet and gushy.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. I'm not kidding. Like, look it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that
So
up.
WAP is WAG.
It's
Yes.
that wag.
Yeah, wag.
That's
Wet
less
and
appealing.
gushy.
And then the first one didn't really
I
sound
feel like that's a
appealing, but
problem.
that definitely is.
So,
Or
how
you
far
turn
a
back.
territory are you wanting to sell
Right?
beer for?
Currently, we're selling, Fort Wayne area, as far north as Valparaiso, and then right now we're just starting to get south of Kokomo. So,
Okay.
Eventually, hopefully by the end of next year, we'll be into the indie market as well.
Nice.
Did you say by the end of next year?
Huh?
You say by the end of next year?
To be fully, like
Oh, yeah.
Full penetration, not
full
just like
penetration.
tickling.
No,
Oh.
we're not there yet. No, but
Because
Not
you're
just the
in,
tip.
you're in it.
No.
The tip's in there now.
It is, but like,
But it's just the tip. You're still at like
Yes,
junior prom.
Yes, yes.
I meant.
I don't have the
button. Not like,
I don't have a button.
I don't even know what the button would be, but I don't have it.
When
By
we'll
the
get
end
down
of
there.
next year, we will be all up in and around your Indianapolis.
Yes, we'll be
Yes.
all up in your shit.
I love how I said what I said. Matt's like, I don't have a button.
I know, like, I'm like, I could be on this one, but I got nothing. Wait. That's all I got.
You need a wet and gushy butt.
I should have said by the end of next year we should be fully saturated in the Indianapolis market.
Not better. All right. Let's rate the last beer. Again, that was the Peppermint Porter by Lexington Brewing.
Oh, Rob says by the end of next year, HopLore will be deep into the wet and gushy center of the state. I feel dirty for reading that. I need a shower.
It wasn't bad. It was better than a lot of peppermint beers I've had. I thought it was more that, like I said, peppermint bark type.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if that's what they used. Like it really wouldn't, because you had a little bit of that creamy chocolate to it as well. It definitely would make the holidays a lot better when your family's driving you up a wall.
Every holiday.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I think it was above average. I at first the peppermint was a lot and it kind of knocked me back, but once I drank a little more of it, like I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
It lingered a little bit, but it was not unpleasant. I was also going to go 3.5.
Much like if you eat an actual peppermint stick.
Dr. Drew, the guy that tasted that peppermint, went, oh.
No, so yeah, I'm not a big peppermint beer fan at all. So, but that being said, it tasted pretty good. I would not drink it again because it is a peppermint beer. So I'm gonna give it like a 2.75.
John.
Oh, I need him. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do math.
First one tonight.
And 2.75 not allowed.
Oh, it's more than allowed.
It's just more complex math than Tyler's brain can handle.
3.75
3
to
and a quarter.
4 is not.
What?
3.25.
All right, perfect. Stefan, what would you have given it, my man?
Even being a peppermint beer, I didn't hate it. So I'm gonna do. I always give extra points for a technically sound beer. As far as the beer is concerned, I'm gonna say 3.25.
And really, honestly, from a place like Kentucky Bourbon Ale, whatever,
And mass produced.
that's kind of what you're looking for.
I do miss the barrel in it. Like, I think some of that vanilla note from a bourbon barrel would have been pretty cool.
Probably would have helped it out a little bit.
That would have been probably pretty good.
It would have bumped me a quarter to a half point.
Write that down, Kentucky Bourbon Barrel.
Probably would have smoothed out that peppermint just a hair with that vanilla. Might not have been bad. He's onto something. It's almost like he does this shit for a living.
Or maybe an idea for next year, HopLore.
I do it for fun.
Oh, he's not
Matt,
wrong.
my man.
I'm gonna go with 3.5. Actually, like this is one that I at Christmas time, like we got some snow up here in Indiana the last couple days. I'm dreading. I mean, look, I'm thinking about going back home for the holidays. I'm like, this could be a good thing that I could have. Like, oh, what are you drinking? Oh, it doesn't smell like beer. My mom's not gonna judge me. Maybe she probably still will because she does.
Yeah, she'll judge.
Yeah, but I can pass it off a lot easier.
Like that sad.
Just mix it with a shot of peppermint schnapps.
Get double down on the peppermint. Hell yeah, I like where your head's at. She probably has that too. Like out of all the
all
peppers
about-
she have.
You could
The
brew your hot
best
chocolate.
that you can get out of the alcohol percentage.
Some comments we got though. Katie Wilkes Zeman says it isn't getting any better. I'm not sure specifically where that fell into on the conversation. And also, guess we know what beer we're bringing to Thanksgiving next week. And
That was good.
I'm guessing it's probably somewhere Kettle Sour must have come up in a conversation somewhere. Jared asked,
From the
what
Damn It.
is a Kettle Sour?
That's you, brewer. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm supposed to explain this. All right.
You brought up Kettle Sour, so
You're
you're
right.
right.
knowledgeable
So, yes, the difference between a kettle sour and a real sour is that, let's be honest, it's a kettle sour and a real sour.
Fair.
When you say a kettle sour, that means it is soured prior to boil. So we are allowing the pH to drop to about 3.5, and then we boil it to kill off all the bugs that are in it. A real sour and or a lambic is after the boil. So at that point, it's a very long process of as much as 3 years to get to a true lambic. Before that, it's a goose, and then there's blends and all that type of fun stuff, which those are the really complex sours. So you don't just get sour flavor. You get like horse blanket. You get
Because I like to eat a good horse blanket.
yeah. Wilson, you look like that type of guy.
I grew up on a horse farm. I'm like, that's the last thing I want in my mouth.
You remember those like funky beers that I really love?
Yeah, that I
Yeah,
despise.
Those are amazing.
Yeah,
Those
that's
are
the traditional sour.
Okay.
Like that Flanders that we did, it was fermented first in stainless.
I'm gonna break out a Freedom.
And then
Afterwards,
spent
drink one of those
a
black
little over
over
2 years in a once used bourbon barrel.
Like the ones that taste like they've been fermented with like a marathon runner's sock. Like
Sometimes depends on the day.
Tastes like Fizz Head.
No, it's actually very complex. It's not an easy thing to explain as far as a flavor of a true wild sour.
now, I've seen something like the wildly fermented. Is that what that's getting towards?
Yes.
So, okay, all right.
Essentially collecting wild yeast and or bacteria from the air,
Okay.
and that is a wild sour.
So, Drew, while I'm pouring this,
Yeah.
what kind of, I know you guys, and we're not going to get into specific pricing, that's irrelevant, but you guys price all your beers a little differently based on basically what goes in them.
Yep.
What kind of deals do you run if, say, somebody wanted to buy 3 of them?
So if you buy 3 or more 6 stills from us, well, a vendor that is, you'll get 10% off the top. So it is a good way to lower that price when you're buying something like a push pot, damn it, that runs like $160 for a 6 still. Runs that because of the amount of fruit that goes into it versus like, let's say our lightest thing you got, which you can get for $60. So, but if you mix the two together, it's a good way to balance out that cost for either yourself or if you want to pass the savings on to your customer or if you just want to make a little bit more money.
Who passes it on to the customer? I mean,
Some do, some don't.
And for those who might have a home keezer, this is something that you can walk into the brewery in Leesburg or Warsaw and be able to potentially pick up a sixtel and
Yep.
Absolutely.
do it.
Hoping for the best.
And if
While we're talking about the list, that's the most hops we've ever put in a beer.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one was that one? Oh, that was the New
that's
England.
the
Yeah.
England.
That's the New
That's
The
England.
rated
very high
well.
rated on
Yes,
Untapped.
Yes.
Yeah.
It got just shy of 30 pounds of dry hops.
Woo! What all's in it? What do we got here?
Citra,
Of course.
El Dorado.
El Dorado,
And
and
Azaka.
Zaka.
Well, 2 out of 3 are in. But Citra's just such a good hop. Why wouldn't you put it in? I mean,
Good. That's the reason. It's
that's the
becoming
problem. It
top.
annoys me that it's in all IPAs anymore, but it's just such
It is
a good
good.
hop.
it's just that
Good.
citrus. For New England, it's about the biotransformation
Oh, yeah.
aspect of those particular hops. So that's why that is.
If you could make any beer, like any IPA, regardless of cost, what hops would you use?
You know what?
Like, what's your favorite hop to use in an IPA if it didn't cost an arm and a leg or was easier to get? Give me.
A few years ago, I would have said Galaxy. But
It's changed
Galaxy
a
has
lot the
changed.
last. Yeah, it has.
It's not what it used to be. Honestly, Brew One is one of the new ones that I really like.
We had something with that recently. We enjoyed
To
it.
me, it's almost taken the place of Galaxy as far as like super pineapple-y type flavor. So that's one of them. Another one that I like a lot right now is Sabro,
Okay.
which that's one that's really freaking weird. A lot of people just don't understand it in a IPA, but it's super coconutty. So those are a couple of my favorites. I don't use Sabro a lot in its own thing because it's coconutty. So
Yeah.
it's hard to understand as an IPA type of hop. So
So we are going to switch back to this just to hear, but I really want to know that, and then I have another question for both of you later. This is the Smorty from Listerman. You can tell that by the label. This is the pastry stout with vanilla, chocolate, marshmallow, graham cracker, nutmeg, and lactose. Let's see if they can get the s'more style beer down.
Lovely label art.
Yeah, the label art's fun. That's for sure.
'Cause that's one of my favorite things about Listerman is they always have fun with the names
Oh,
and label
absolutely.
arts. Like
Yeah.
they just do a great joint with that.
Drinking beer. Drew, what is your very favorite beer style to drink?
Stouts every day,
All day, every day?
all day, every day.
You're in the right room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like the darker beers. I like the flavors they produce. The coffee that you get, like if you were a coffee drinker, the chocolate you get,
felt that one a little bit.
So did I.
the chocolate you
Sorry,
get,
Wilson.
and I know I just really like stouts. Not necessarily barrel aged stouts. Barrel aged stouts are good, but sometimes I feel that the barrel takes away from the beer. And to me, that I suppose mostly depends on how long you leave it in the barrel. So.
Stefan, favorite beer to brew is in general, and favorite style to drink. I want to know
Favorite
both.
beer to brew, hands down, is stouts. I mean, it's the most labor intensive. It's the biggest pain in the ass, but I just love doing them.
I had a feeling, considering your
Proclivity.
yeah, for the big boy stouts that are your big
Yeah.
releases. So I assumed, but thought I'd ask.
That's by and large my favorite.
Now, favorite style to
That's
drink.
the most rewarding though, because you put in all the work and then you're like, I got this delicious
Yeah, absolutely.
nectar.
Absolutely. Favorite style to drink. That's a difficult one. I would have to say barley wines are
My
Oh.
man!
Left field.
Damn, if I'd have known that, we'd have busted one out tonight. I think we
Should've.
still got a couple back
Should
there.
have.
Well, I'm gonna say we're hurting goes up the next one, but it's almost 9 already.
Yeah, I know.
Very traditional, but malty, flavorful, rich. Obviously, I love drinking stouts as well, but the barley wine is probably my favorite of drinking beers.
One of my all-time favorite barley wines. We're actually going to be bringing a bottle of it back from River North when we're up there. We might save that for having Stefan back on the show again.
Okay.
It's one of my all-time favorites. It and Straight Jacket are probably my 2 favorite barley wines.
Have you ever had a hot warty?
A what?
Yeah, see, okay.
Hot Warty.
Hot warty.
So it's
Not
hot
what I
barley
thought
wine.
it said.
Nope. Take some of the wort from whatever you're brewing and pour in some bourbon.
Oh, I mean, if I'm doing a barley wine or a stout, I could live with that all day.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Anything malty.
I love the smell and taste of wort from anything like super malty. So I could do that. And
It's tasty.
Try it.
you just hit my happy spot because I love myself some bourbons.
You know what?
God, I knew we
I
were
tingled
friends.
his jingles.
I tingled his jingles. Jesus.
I don't know.
All right, so
I think
on
you-
this Listerman Swarty here, we've had a lot.
So real quick, because it's on that topic, Jared says he's a stout for life guy.
Oh yeah.
Our group, our guy.
We've had a lot of s'mores style beers. Most have missed. I think this one's come the closest to really hitting. It has a weird fake smoke flavor to me that bugs me just a hair,
yeah,
like burnt marshmallow fake smoke.
It tastes fake and extractish. And,
But most Listerman beer does, and I just kind of at
does.
this point in time have tried to
yeah.
forget that and go with what they're doing. It's still better than a lot of those s'mores beers we've tried, though. In my opinion.
We've definitely had some less successful in this, and we've had, I think, one or two a little more, but one of the
Yeah.
John, while you're thinking about your score,
Am I first?
yeah, but I want to get Stefan's opinion on this beer first.
Oh yeah, because this was my one that was. most
Yep,
anticipated.
that's why I'm doing it.
This is my one that was most anticipated, and this has to be the one that I was most disappointed by. I'm gonna say I'm going 3.5. It's way too thin and light for what it's supposed to be. Like for me, when it comes to stouts, if I wanted a stout that tastes like a s'more, it's got to be rich and
Creamy
thick and luscious, or German chocolate cake, or whatever the case may be. At just a little over 8%,
Body
it just
matters.
doesn't hit it.
No.
Body matters.
Body absolutely matters.
Yeah.
John, now that we've gotten
Yeah.
Stefan, since he was anticipating this beer, his opinion, what would you give it?
I guess fine. It's not my favorite by any means. It's Listerman's brews some really good base stuff, but when they get a little fancy and gimmicky, it just kind of fake. And so I'm gonna go 3.25. That's where I'm at.
Dr. Drew!
Yeah, I thought it was super thin for a stout. Definitely more of a porterish stout than a stout.
Or a stoutish porter.
Or stoutish porter, that's right. And it I don't know, it was very extracty to me. I could smell the graham cracker, I could smell the marshmallow. I mean, I could taste the flavors, but I would give it probably a 3.25.
My biggest issue with Listerman lately as a whole has been everything tastes artificial.
Yeah.
All their stouts taste artificial. It's like they're so focused as they've grown to putting out as much as humanly possible,
And
as
it's
many
cheaper to
different
do it that
beers
way.
that they've had to
get
cut
that.
price, which I understand, but release 3 less beers a week and make the ones you release good. Listerman used to be damn good stouts. And the more we have lately, the more I'm disappointed. Because then we drink stuff like a River North Stout, or a Revolution Stout, or a Ale Song Stout, or a
HopLore stout.
or a random absolutely, or a random ass small ass brewery. And that's actually
HopLore.
kind of where I was going with
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
out of nowhere's Indiana,
Town of 500 people.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going, oh, would you like to know how to make a stout? Here, drop dick on table. Like, Listerman's sitting there going, well, our name's known, so we can just kind of put out fun labels and we'll keep making money. And they're not wrong.
Yeah.
But damn it, you used to be a good brewery. Make me a good stout. Sorry, that's my rant for the night.
soapbox away.
It really grinds my gears.
It really grinds my gears.
Well, it's funny you guys said, because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I was.
Oh, my score.
Sorry.
I never did say that, did I? 275.
What was Drew's? What was yours?
It was 3.25.
Okay.
So I feel like you
What
guys
was
really
yours, John?
touched on the same
3.25.
thoughts that I had, where I've been on a Listerman for a long time. I was always, every time I go to Cincinnati, I know I can go there and get some good, strong, heavy, high gravity dark beers. But it was more a true to like, hey, you gotta get a stout. You gotta get like just some crazy, maybe there's gonna be like peanut butter and that's it. It's something they're trying to do a little too much stuff now, and I think that it's to their detriment. And I'm getting more let down with more of the things we're trying because they're doing too much adjuncts in every beer as opposed to just doing like back to the basics, good stuff that they were doing originally, and what I think they got known for.
And Matt, what would you give it as a score?
I mean, I will say I had one fresher, and I thought that it was better than this one. I don't know if that's maybe a stout you wouldn't think should be so time sensitive, and it's not that old, but
Well,
it did.
If it's not finished brewing by the time they bottle it, then yes, it will thin out more.
Okay, because it definitely did taste better when I had it like much earlier when it came out, which granted still wasn't that long, but
It wasn't that long ago.
yeah, I mean,
Fermenting.
I'll still give it like a 3 on. Like, it drank okay, it tasted okay, but there was a few things that were off. It had a little bit of artificialness to it, but it was which kind of breaks my heart because I had listed on such a high pedestal for so long, and that's come down. But Chris Knight is saying that their old brewer left and started pontoon brewing, which I wonder maybe if it's
We need to find us a pontoon beer.
Yeah.
maybe that's a passing of the torch, and that's kind of where some stuff started changing. I wonder. Jared also said that he wants to be part of that barley wine, please.
Sounds good to me, Jared. This is the Rack House Reserve Ale Song Brewing and Blending blended ale aged in Kentucky bourbon barrels.
That's a pretty color.
12.5%.
I was thinking maybe we're gonna play the guess the ABV with the brewer.
I should have. Ale Song is out of Eugene, Oregon, as we know. After tasting through our Rack House of Spirits barrel-aged beers, we selected a complex blend that evolves as you drink. Rack House Reserve incorporates ales aged in a variety of bourbon barrels for up to 18 months, culminating in a harmony of warm flavors reminiscent of caramel, toasted marshmallows, spicy oak, and dark chocolate. Like a song, each beer is our expression. The enjoyment and interpretation is yours.
I'm gonna guess it's around 12.5%.
Well, it is what I said, so...
Oh, I thought you were asking the brewer.
We would have if Tyler didn't shit the bed. You just got it on the smell
Man,
alone,
spot
right?
on.
Yeah, totally.
Damn, you're good. You didn't even taste
I
it.
know, right? I bring my hydrometer with me.
Matt almost spit beer out.
It just sounded so sciencey. It had to be official.
Been better if it came through his nose.
Hasn't happened yet, but there's been a couple times it came close.
This bourbon barrel aged ale is thicker, creamier, and richer
Then
than the Listerman stout we just
Absolutely.
yeah,
Correct.
it is creamy, smooth mouthfeel. We have not said mouthfeel.
had. Like, that to me
Sorry,
is...
Bunny.
That to me is hilarious. It's... You take a beer like this, or even that one that had the mush.
Mushu.
Yeah.
That's what happened to your
Mushu,
shoo-shoo.
Shoo, shoo.
Both of those, neither one are stouts, and have been thicker than the stout.
Then a Snicker.
Thicker than a Snicker. That is a good beer.
That's a pretty good beer.
Tastes pretty good.
That caramel is very much present from the barrels and everything else.
It's Elsong. God.
A little bit of vanilla in there. That is, which I think is what they're getting with that marshmallow. That little bit of vanilla.
It's not really caramel, or it's not a marshmallow flavor, but when you do a good strong like inhale, it's like both nostrils deep. Like you get a marshmallow flavor,
Both
but
nostrils.
Both nostrils deep.
Write that down.
Wilson.
Write that down.
yeah. It's a sniff check, right?
That's right.
That's why I grabbed this
Both
glass.
nostrils deep.
That's why I have this glass so I can
That's gonna be a t-shirt,
really get my
right?
nose into it.
I'm telling you, that's tasty. And Ale Song comes through again for us.
Yeah, that's very good.
No, I wouldn't kick this out of bed.
Can we have a taco named Both Nostrils Deep?
With peanut butter and jelly.
Yes, you may have that taco.
Okay.
John just wants a soft taco, a hard taco, and an
This-
Uncrustable in there.
So we picked
Yeah,
out,
nostrils deep.
In the taco.
with you guys coming on the show, we obviously were doing a River North no matter what, because that's one of our favorite places. And then we were trying to figure out what that last beer was going to be when we were picking out beers today. And I pulled out two of my favorite names. I didn't even look at what they were. We already had a River North, so it was like, all right, what are we doing, Revision or Ale Song? And both of them kind of went, ooh.
Elsong's like...
And then Ale Song was the choice.
They're pretty solid.
We haven't been
like,
let down.
this is like their fifth one. We had one that were kind of
We had one that we were mad on. And it
a
feels
little
like
man, but the
3.25.
other ones have all like their Rhino suit
Well, we
and
have two
Senior
fives
Rhino
from them.
are two of the still my favorite stouts I've ever had. Those
We
were
have two 5 out of 5s
fantastic.
from them before.
on the same night.
This is what style of ale?
This
Does
is
it even say?
just a blended ale aged in Kentucky bourbon barrels.
Okay.
and it is unbelievably tasty. There is no off flavor.
No, absolutely
More
not.
Kentucky barrel flavor in this one.
It is.
Kentucky barrel beer that we
this
had.
is like OG Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale on cocaine. Like
Yeah.
this is like that, but so much
Love the way
better.
he describes beer. I really do. All right, so this beer I liked when I was a kid.
Not that I've ever had
Kentucky
cocaine.
Bourbon Barrel. You take that OG flavor, you amp that with some cocaine, and that's what the beer you
Right
got.
through $1 bill.
That way you can drink
Not
all
$1. You gotta have at
night.
least 20. Come on, man. This is a
And that's
classy
coming out of
establishment.
stripper's ass. Right?
No, the dollar bill is the one that came out of the street.
You find the best mirror you can find
Yeah.
and set it on a table.
We're not doing 8 balls off strippers' asses. This isn't dollars. This is 20. This is a mirror in an executive
back of the
bathroom.
toilet kind of night.
Yeah, this is the
No,
executive bathroom.
this is the high price escort.
No,
type
sorry,
of night.
executive washroom. It's not a bathroom at that point. It's a washroom.
Oh, this is why kids definitely are allowed during hour 2.
Oh, thank
You
God
know
I put
that's
hour
wrong.
3 to bed.
Talking about strippers' asses.
Strippers' asses and cocaine.
No, it's 8 balls and strippers and cocaine and executive washrooms. Get it straight, Dr. Drew. Thought you're the advice man back there.
Oh, shit. Before we score this
Who
beer...
scores this first?
Well, before we score this beer, Drew, you got anything else for us on the distribution side? Anything you want to make sure people
Make sure
know?
one more time. Put
I
that
just
on
want to
there.
make
I've
sure
done it
that
twice.
people know that if
Okay.
you want
On both
beer, if you're a bar or you like our beer and want to see it in your favorite bar, to
Talk it up, request
Talk
it,
it up.
ask.
and pass on this information, you can reach Drew. You can reach me. You can reach me on
You can
phone.
read Drew.
That's right.
He just went third
That's
person,
right.
didn't he?
Third person. That's right.
You can reach my good friend Drew.
That's right. You
This guy.
This guy right here. 2 thumbs. That's it. And yeah, you can reach me 260-901-9619, or you can reach me at HopLoreDrew@gmail.com.
If you missed that phone number, it has been posted in the comments.
On both Facebook and YouTube twice.
If you're a beer buyer, reach out and buy some beer. And if you're not a beer buyer but you drink beer,
Get
then wherever you go to normally, tell them to buy some.
Oh, and the favorite thing of all bar managers out there, we don't put a deposit on our kegs.
Oh, that's the hallelujah button.
Oh,
Wait,
Well, the price of our beer is the price of our beer until it becomes a problem.
and then we'll charge you double.
And then
Bring
you'll...
kegs to the bar.
then it's a
That's right.
beat the
conversation.
crap out of you.
Keg deposits are normally 80.
That makes
And I
a bigger
hit
dent
you
than
with
a
my
$5.
literal tap handle.
Which literally
It
can
makes a
double the
point.
cost.
It sure does, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if someone were looking just as the casual beer connoisseur, going to like a liquor store, do you guys have any places that you dedicatedly distribute to that they can go like and find some HopLore on a shelf?
Citywide in South Bend is pretty much the exclusive liquor store for HopLore right now. As we continue to grow, we're looking at moving more product into cans. If you like a particular beer and we don't have it available in cans, let us know the next time we do it, and we will be more than happy to put it in your can.
Glocken style. And you can put it in my can.
And his style.
Glocken style.
Look at that. He got it right.
I'm being
He
nice.
said Stein first, but
I said style. I said style both times.
He also said to put it in his can.
Yeah, I did.
in the canner.
In a canner danner.
Damn straight.
Just in a can. Like, don't make it weird.
Oh, I thought you meant in his can.
I was hoping.
That's what he meant for sure, yeah.
Get
Well,
you drunk.
he has to pay for it,
Get you
so it
drunk
would be
fast.
his. It would be his.
Get you drunk.
Boof that shit. Boof it.
Are you talking about butt chugging over there? Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
That works really fast.
Oh, nice segue
That's what I thought he
into
meant by sticking it in your
our drunken
can.
movie review.
Oh. I was like,
Oh, I've got to pee. Don't do it.
you continue that one if you want to.
Zach and Mary Make a Porno is going to be the drunken movie review. Is that where you're going, John?
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I just-
so you should tune in on that.
Wherever you can find podcasts. Basically, wherever you listen to your podcast, look for Two Beerded Guys Drunken Movie Reviews.
Because they will be talking about putting it in a can.
Yeah, that's going to happen. When you're reviewing Zack and Mary, you really don't have a choice, you know.
I actually got a different angle on this whole movie.
He did too. So did Lester.
I know
Yeah.
there's a lot of different angles you can hit.
Thank you.
Back to this beer. We are past our time, so
Oh, yeah,
we want
we
to wrap
already
this
covered
We've
it.
up.
got a long time. Yeah.
We want to wrap this up. We are past our time. So with this beer, I am I first. I think I'm first. I don't fucking
There
know.
you go.
Why don't you go first?
It's really fucking good. I'm gonna give it a 4.75. I mean, I can't say enough about how smooth it was, how rich it was, full bodied for not even remotely being a stout. Like that is a good damn beer.
You know, I made that mistake before, Tyler. Just because it's not my favorite style doesn't mean that I can't give it a 5.
I agree.
So I'm going to give it a 5.
I mean, you're wrong, but you know,
I don't think I am this time.
John, you're always wrong. It's fine.
I'm going to give this one a 5. It's one of the best beers I've ever had.
I think it's best beer of the night.
No doubt.
I give it a 4.5 for sure.
So it comes out to a 4.75 average.
Hey guys, I'm out here. He might count this time.
How about you?
You might count this time. That's not how it works. Off-screen Matt, what would you give it?
I was going to go 4.5, and then hearing Tyler's luscious, dulcet tones over there talked me into a 4.75 because this is extremely well crafted.
Oh my God.
There's no
That
complaints I have
saturated
here.
market.
There's so much of the stuff that is stout-like, and it's an ale.
Right.
Like I got
Exactly.
5.
You can't go from
Wait a
4.5
second.
to 5.
I am because I just talked myself up because I just
You're
realized
still wrong. It's
how well
fine.
this is done. No, it's a
You
5.
You just moved your vote twice.
No,
I feel
well,
like you're a Biden voter. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
On this show, we do not support or go against any politician that
We
you
like
may or may
beer.
not
Let's
like.
talk about beer.
We drink beer. We like beer. We'll talk about beer. Anyway, Stephanie.
I'm gonna do 4.75. It's a great.
Oh,
beer.
the brewer agrees with me.
In all reality, I would fill half of my cellar with this and just drink this. It's very. That's why I asked you the style.
Yeah,
Very barley wine.
it does remind me a lot of it.
Yes.
It's very tasty.
that was the thing. Was like John kind of made the. I was talking to myself like this is not a stout, and I'm like normally 5s are for stouts, and this
Yeah.
is so well
so
done.
well done.
I've got nothing to complain about. It's so good. I have to give
You
it
know
a 5.
what's funny is if you take all of those scores and average them. Would you like to know what the score is?
Still 4.75.
Yeah, it is.
You're superfluous. Way to go.
Right?
Now you're wrong in
Wait a
5
minute, no
parts.
difference.
Way to make no impact us.
I enjoyed that a little too much.
You did.
Slightly.
Gig.
Guys,
Brett asked if we can do Human Centipede as a movie review. No.
no.
Just
Just
the one, Brie Olsen.
I hate that fucking.
no. Just so at least that's a 2 out of 3 veto. That's
What
a no.
about 2?
Hard no.
Human Centipede
Heathers?
2.
Even
Have you
worse.
seen that one?
Yes.
Why? I saw the first one.
Yeah, they're both awful.
Yeah.
It's all good.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in for episode number 90. Stay tuned as we start to release our 100th episode plans.
Stay tuned. Just don't ever stop watching the YouTube channel. We're going to break for like a week, but keep watching.
I think everyone understood what I was saying. But anyway, I'm TB. Now I'm fucked up.
I'm
Now
not
I'm
B&Q.
Woo!
with us today.
Dr. Drew.
And
Stefan.
both from HopLore Brewing Company out of Leesburg, Indiana. They are unbelievably badass beer makers and a badass beer distributor. I mean, look at the dude. You want to buy beer from this motherfucker.
I don't want beer from that hat.
Yeah, that's fair. Behind the camera is the one, the only.
I'll scream
Nobody
that.
gives a shit. Anyway,
Wilson.
Wilson!